talking about bars.
A wild card is often just a twist of fate.
Oh, a huge interception!
A roll of the dice, unpredictable and a total game changer.
The youngest Madden champion ever.
The Destroyer.
And he's dancing his way to his first ever belt.
Sometimes going all in is the only option.
Is all Des, the defending champ, who's 1-0 in his title defense.
But as a great man once says, a tiger never stretch before he go gets his prey.
Believe in Cole, the 29-year-old looking to shock the world.
You gotta always be ready when it's time to strike.
And he's as cold as ice. Cole pulls off the upset.
So tell me, who's willing to take the ultimate risk?
Get out there! Go!
Who's willing to rise to the occasion?
A touchdown for Mr. Football.
Who's willing to seize the moment? What's on the line? The coveted ultimate wild card belt.
Very good, very good, very good.
A prize pool of $260,000.
3 straight belts for Henry Leverett.
Let's go! And a place in Madden lore.
This man is #1 in the world for a reason.
So buckle up, cause tonight we are in for a wild ride. The ultimate wild card is next.
I caught a TD, yeah, right across the middle. I'm speaking facts, boy, you telling riddles. Can't hang with the gang, so we had to sit them with.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but these days never get old. It is yet again another belt day as we crown our 3rd champion of the MCS season. It is the Ultimate Wild Card Day 2 broadcast here in Madden 23. We are so happy to have each and every one of you alongside of us. Nick Vasesko alongside Tyler Davis. Big shout out to all you watching on the EA Madden NFL Twitch and YouTube. And of course, big shout out to Coach Prime for the intro. We got a lot coming up tonight, not just that Madden action you all are waiting for, but we're going to be revealing that playoff program, the first release. But T. Davis, a lot to get to tonight, but more than anything, we're handing out another belt. It's like Christmas each and every time we get to do one of these shows.
Always my favorite day of the Madden season. I cannot wait. Only 4 guys remain. We have a very unique field, but of course, only one's going to get the glory, going to get that amazing belt, and of course, going to get that $75,000 first place prize. I got goosebumps. I got chills. Always my favorite day. I can't wait to get going.
Well, we can't do this alone. It can't just be me and T. Davis, because frankly, most of you would get annoyed real quickly. So we need some help. Live from our Orlando studio, we got one great user, we got Boogs, and we got joining us once again, Clef the God. Gentlemen, welcome on in. Clef, I don't know if you knew this, but between the 3 people right there, you guys all have 2 live events this year and a live event final. How does it feel to be joined by such guys with such great accomplishments as you?
Yeah, I mean, right now they're getting a A on a group project that they didn't do any work for. Let's just be honest. I'm carrying this right now. You know, you got 2 guys right here. Great commentators, hell of a commentators, man. Do a great job entertaining the people. But let's not get it misconstrued. When it comes to the live events, I mean, this is all me right here. I get the A+.
I mean, hey, Clef, listen, you look good, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting you back this soon, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cole, man, you know what I'm saying? But you sharp. You stay ready. You stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I see you over there, man. You clean.
Yeah, I definitely heard he had his suit already ready and packed before that game even started. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
You're right here where you belong.
Well, y'all done had the opportunity. Y'all done had the opportunity to have y'all suit. Y'all so clean. They're cleaner than me. Let's get this understood. They're way cleaner than me because this is 2 years worth. Dame made it live in about 2 years now. They got 2 years to pick their fit. I had a few days.
Listen.
Put context in context now. Okay, just understand that. Work with me. Work with me.
Should be a fun night. I can't wait. I know you guys are going to be having a blast down there in Orlando. But before we get to all the Madden action we have tonight, before we get to handing out a belt, it's time to get to our reveals of the first part of the playoff program. I know a lot of you Madden Ultimate Team fans at home have been waiting for this. In case you missed it, Good Morning Madden revealed the Season 3 Field Pass rewards this morning. And Rob Gronkowski will be your Season 3 Field Pass champion. 98 overall. He's equipped with a new archetype, the Gronk archetype. No surprise that Gronk would be one to get that one. He's the first player to be able to equip not just one, but 2 X factors, Vanguard and Grab and Smash. Gets red zone threat for 1, mid and elite for 1, short and elite for 0. I mean, TD, this Rob Gronkowski is an absolute beast. I know people are going to be grinding Season 3 just to get to that level 51 so they can grab him.
Oh, no doubt about it. The new best tight end in Madden Ultimate Team, 98 spec catch. Of course, I'm a huge Gronk fan, being a diehard Patriots fan, but 98 catch in traffic. I mean, you could just see the stats right there. This is the guy you're going to want at the tight end position, bar none. He is the best.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Buccaneer great, Rob Gronkowski. Probably shouldn't refer to him like that with TD around. This will be the first of 3 playoff program content drops. The program is targeted to drop tomorrow simultaneously with Season 3 going live. The first drop of the playoff program, here's your field pass rewards for this. Comes with 34 challenges where you can play through the past and present playoff moments. You'll be able to earn XP for the playoff field pass and game predictor tokens throughout the challenge milestones. We will get to those playoff predictor tokens in a bit, but you can take a look at the full array of field pass rewards here. Notable rewards, 93 overall account-bound fantasy packs at level 9 and at level 23, and a 93 overall playoff fantasy pack at level 30. A long field pass, we'll get to those playoff predictors and predictor tokens shortly. I know a lot of you are out there going, what are those? But here's some more playoff field pass objectives as we work our way through the playoff field pass. The nitty gritty stuff for a lot of you guys out there. You can see ways to earn some stars, including those challenges, those playoff sets that you can complete, and then winning head-to-head or Super Bowl games with playoff players in your lineup. Pretty straightforward, but these are some ways to earn those XP inside the playoff field pass. Look at a couple of those stat-based objectives, recording 5 interceptions and 10 and 15 to get some XP. And then, boy, those Tote Gang out there, you guys got to be excited. Rushing for 3,000 yards, the top line for that stat objective. Now, talk about those playoff game predictor tokens. Game predictors are back for the Ultimate Team playoff program. You'll be able to earn plenty of game predictor tokens through the challenges and the playoff field pass throughout the playoff program. Place your game predictor token in any of the game predictor sets. The bolder your prediction, the more valuable coin reward for a correct prediction. Correct predictions will be rewarded the following week. If you happen to miss out on the wildcard game predictor sets, don't worry. Each round of the playoffs introduces new game predictor sets. I know there are guys out there, some of you muttheads are out there, you want to risk it all. Maybe you're out there thinking, I know Skylar Thompson isn't the most exciting quarterback, but I think he's going to win. Maybe you think Geno Smith and the Seahawks can take down the Niners. Just make sure you use those playoff game predictor tokens and get those rewards. Let's get into the player reveals and talk about those items you guys are going to be trying to grab, whether it's through packs, sets, whatever you're doing. Let's first go to the elites, 86, 88, and 91 overall elites. Some notable names you'll see on this list. How about under the 86 overall? Anybody looking for some special teams? Brett Maher there. You got Rashad White. What a season he had. 88 overall. Richie James Jr., where are my Giants fans out? He only let us down a couple times. Will Dissly, one of the best tight ends. We've seen do really nice stuff with Geno Smith out in Seattle at 91 overall. How about Matt Breida and Evan McPherson, the kicker who, let's be clear, almost single-handedly took the Bengals to the Super Bowl last year. Can he do it yet again? We'll find out. Let's take a look at some of the sets as we work our way through the information. This is to get some of those playoff elite fantasy packs, and let's talk those playoff upgrade players. Let's go to those 90 overall players because these are very interesting. So you'll receive a playoff predictor token at level 2 and level 4 of the playoff field pass. You'll be able to use 2 tokens to choose 2 of the players we will reveal here now. So let's start with Asante Samuel Jr., Chargers fans out there. Who doesn't love Asante Samuel? Working our way through. How about the Seahawks? Great resurgence from Marquise Goodwin this year. Former 49er, really was a nice piece on that Seahawks offense. Miami Dolphins fans, I know you got Skylar Thompson out there, but maybe you guys will win the game. I don't know, never know. Jalen Phillips is your 90 overall playoff upgrade player. Cam Robinson for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Big shout out to Doug Peters and the Jaguars getting to the playoffs. I don't know if anybody expected that at the beginning of the year. Division champ Jacksonville Jaguars. Cincinnati, Queen City, stand up. How about Jermaine Pratt, your 90 overall playoff upgrade player? We're going to wait to the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, Dalton Schultz. Dak Prescott's maybe favorite target out there at the tight end position. New York Football Giants. How about Julian Love? Showing the love out there on the defensive side of the ball. Tampa Bay, you found your way to the playoffs. That's all that matters. Tom Brady in the playoffs. You never want to bet against Tom Brady, as Chris Godwin is going to be your playoff upgrade player. Baltimore Ravens, Calais Campbell. Been a stalwart on that Ravens defense, what seems like forever. For the Niners, I mean, who else? Who else but Kyle Juszczyk, who's so much more than a fullback. He does a little bit of everything for that 49ers team. Certainly, I know Christian McCaffrey having a guy like that out there for the Kansas City Chiefs. How about Carlos Dunlap, a former Bengal, now out there with the Kansas City Chiefs. And Buffalo Bills. It seems like Josh Allen can throw to just about anybody, and Isaiah McKenzie took advantage of a couple big games out there. Minnesota Vikings, it's your defensive leader, Harrison Smith at strong safety. And last but not least, Eagles fans, where are you? Philly, I know you're out there. You're yelling, well, who's our player? How about Landon Dickerson? Now, with these players, you'll notice some of them are 90, some of them are 91 overall. These players are all going to be upgraded by a +1 for each round of the playoffs that this team moves on. So you get these 2 playoff predictor tokens. You get to pick 2 of these players. Pick the players you think is going to go the farthest. Because if you pick somebody who gets eliminated in the first round, they're going to stay at that 90 overall. But if you pick somebody who gets the Super Bowl, count them up, 94 overall. Now, you'll notice some of them are 91 overall. Those are the players that have the buys in the first round, so they already get that +1. So all those first round buys are working if you're going to select those players. Whew. Okay, so we're just talking about those playoff predictor players, gentlemen. Bring everybody back in. User, I'm going to start with you. If you were to pick one of these players, listen, they're 90 overalls, but they get upgraded based on how far the team makes. Who are you going with? Is there somebody that really excites you out of this list?
I think I'm going to go with the Eagles. You know, the Eagles guy, because I think the Eagles are going to go all the way to the ship. Everybody else, I'm not too sure. I don't want to be stuck with a 90 overall card.
Clef, are you going Bucks? Like, are you just like riding hard with your Bucks? Because you get Chris Godwin, up to that 94 overall.
Come on now, Nick. I'm NFL. I'm never forget loyalty, you know, to the death of me. So I got to ride with the Bucks, man. You got Chris Godwin, you got Tampa Bay, and you got, more importantly, Tampa Bay. One of the greatest players ever team sports, man, for real. I can't
If you know Cliff has no faith in Tom Brady. None. Aaron Rodgers is his guy. The cap up here is crazy right now.
He doesn't have a Packers player to choose, Nick. That's really the problem.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Bugs, I know you're a big...
You ain't got a Lions player either.
Well, yeah, there's Rams, Lions, Falcon. I'm not seeing any of them on there, so who are you going with?
I'm going with the Eagles guy because, you know, that's the guy that's going the furthest. That's the guy I'm going with, all right?
Ty, I know you're tote gang, so that Kyle Juszczyk, maybe a little NFC dark horse for those 49ers.
Yeah, I like the Kyle Juszczyk, but I'm going to go 2 winners. I like to pick winners. I think the Chiefs and the Bills have the best chance to go to the Super Bowl, so I like the Carlos Dunlap and the Isaiah McKenzie. You get that Isaiah McKenzie, maybe get up to 95 speedish. He can be a weapon out there. I think those 2 teams are the best favorites in the AFC, obviously, to get to the Super Bowl.
A reminder, guys, you'll have until this Saturday, till 3 p.m. Eastern, to reach level 2 and level 4 of the playoff field pass to get those player predictor tokens. So don't forget to start grinding that field pass. Again, this all releases tomorrow. More player reveals. Who wants to find out some more about this playoff program? Again, release number 1. And we're going to take a look at some of the heroes of the playoff program. Boog, starting off, 93 overall, Tyron Smith. 6'5", 305, gets edge protector for 1, gets secure protector for 2. Certainly somebody that, if you're struggling to block some of these pass rushes, Tyron Smith's going to help you.
Oh, yeah, for sure, Nick. This is the guy you want to put on your field because you're going to be able to get that edge protector for 1. You're really not going to concern yourself with the secure for 2 AP when you can just save the 1 extra AP and just put edge protector on him. He's going to get it done with the 94 pass block.
On the flip side, if you're looking for maybe somebody on the right side of that formation, we've got Evan Neal, the rookie for the New York Football Giants, 6'8", 345 out of Alabama. He gets nasty streak for 2. He gets edge protector for 1 if you're looking for a right tackle. Let's move to the defensive side of the ball. Harrison Phillips is our next player item reveal. Vikings and Bills chem. 6'3", 307 gets no outsiders for 1, gets goal line stuff for 1. Just trying to find any defense on the goal line. I know there are a lot of people out there would be remiss to not put Harrison Phillips on their team. Tyler Davis. How about Logan Wilson, a pass coverage outside linebacker, 90 speed, gets lurker for 1, flat zone KO for 1. I know linebackers aren't always the most exciting, but this is somebody with that lurker for 1 that could help you out.
Yeah, this is my favorite card of the bunch, right? 6'2", so has good size, good height, 90 speed. You see it there, and you talked about it. Lurker, I think, is a little bit underrated this year as far as past years, but it's always one of my favorite abilities. Gets that lurker for 1 AP. Definitely a nice card to have out on your squad.
Clef, I know you're a Bucs fan, so we had to give you the best wide receiver for Tom Brady out there, the man that's never let you down. Scotty Miller is out there. That's right. Deep out elite for 1, deep in elite for 1. 94 speed for Scotty Miller. What do you think about the number 1 wide receiver on the Bucs?
Yeah, you see that 94 speed. If you rocking a Bucs theme scene, you can get them all the way up to 96. And just having deep out elite, deep in elite for 1 AP, being able to catch those deep passes without getting those knockouts, it's imperative because you can secure big gains without dealing with having the pass knocked out. So you got to use them, man. And any receiver Tom throwing to, it's going to be better. And we know Tom Brady is a meta quarterback in MUT right now with the item that he has out right now with the gunslinger, fearless, and set feet lead for 7 AP.
You heard it here first, folks. He didn't deny that Scotty Miller's the best wide receiver, so take that to Twitter. How about let's go back to the defensive side. Baltimore Ravens. How about Patrick Queen? What a season he has had so far. 6'2", 229, middle linebacker, field general archetype. Gets mid-zone KO for 1 and lurker for 1 at 6 foot in the middle of the defense. I know we saw that Rob Gronkowski season 3 item, but maybe you're not going to get there quite yet. You're looking for somebody to fill in. How about Dawson Knox, who has been maybe one of Josh Allen's best targets over the last couple of years. 6'4", 257, vertical threat tight end, 1 AP tight end apprentice, 1 AP short in elite. User, last but not least, I know you love a good cornerback out there to help you on defense, and Shaq Griffin, Jags and Seahawks chem. He's been so good with Jacksonville. Really helped that pass defense. He gets pick artist for 1 and deep out zone KO for 1. What do you think of Shaq Griffin?
I see a lot of people starting to switch up and use the Seattle Seahawks theme team. I think he'll fit great on there. You have him about 95 speed. He'll be a good blitzer out the dollar. He does have pick artists for 1 AP and deep out for 1 AP. It's a lot of guys that have better AP than him, but you can definitely have him on the field when it comes to those dollar and nickel defense. Put him in the slot. He's a great guy to apply pressure.
Now you're wondering, how do I get some of these items? Let's talk the sets to get these 93 overall playoff heroes. Exchange 2 91 overall playoff players and 2 88 overall playoff players to receive that 93 overall playoffs hero fantasy pack. You'll get your choice. So that is how you can get yourself one of these playoff heroes. We will get to those LTDs and those champions MUT items in just a little bit, but let's talk about our matches here on day 2 of the Ultimate Wildcard, because I think we have 2 fantastic semifinals and then a final. We start things off coming up game number 1. We kick things off as good as it gets. These 4 players, by the way, I think you got 2 guys who are here that you maybe didn't expect to see here, and you got 2 guys that are here that I think everybody was thinking they were going to get. We kick things off. Game 1, we got Mr. Football 88 and Dez. We got Cole and Henry battling it out. Cole and Henry going first, Mr. Football and Dez, I think, going second. Yes, indeed. So Henry and Cole battling out first. Cole, we're not going to talk about him too much. Somebody here might have some beef with Cole. Could be anybody. He'll have a tall task going up against the number 1 player in the world. And then our second game, Mr. Football 88. What a performance both these players had, Mr. Football and Dez. Defensively, these guys were absolutely dominant on the defensive side of the ball. Something's going to have to give tonight as they will battle it out. And then, the winners of these games will face off for $75,000 and, of course, the belt. Our 3rd belt of the year, the Ultimate Wild Card belt. Henry's going to have to build another shelf if he gets another one. Some of these guys, everybody else, Dez looking for his 2nd, the other 2 looking for their 1st belt of their career. So it should be a great night of action here for the Ultimate Wild Card. Now, as we blew through that, because I know you guys are sitting there going, I need to know what these LTDs are. I need to know what I'm going to be hunting for in packs. And we're going to tell you right now, 96 overall LTDs for the playoff program release number 1. We start things off. As one of Clef's favorite targets, if he's an Aaron Rodgers guy, Randall Cobb has been playing with Aaron Rodgers since he was, I think, 12 years old. Packers, Cowboys, and Texas team, Chem, gets Slotto for 0, deep out for 1, evasive for 1, route tech for 2, and Slotto for 1. So 95 speed, 94 spec catch for Randall Cobb, your second LTD. It wasn't a great year for him, but he's still a great player. And I know that there's some uncertainty. Sean McVay coming back. Well, we know Aaron Donald's still really good. 96 overall, Aaron Donald. 6'1", 280 gets El Toro for 0, edge threat elite for 2, unpredictable for 1, double or nothing for 1, and inside stuff for 1. Those are your 2 LTDs. Let's bring the guys in and talk about who these players. I know there's a lot of people out there that are going to be LTD hunting in packs. Clef, we'll start with you. Listen, you're going to be at that Madden Bowl in just a couple weeks' time. Who of these LTDs could maybe make your team a little better heading into the Madden Bowl?
Oh, for sure. Having both of them, honestly, to be honest, both of them are good. You get El Toro for 0 AP. Any of these 0 AP guys, when they got an ability like El Toro, where when their pass rush points are full, they'll get that bull rush animation. You got to use it. And then on the flip side, you got Randall Cobb, Slot-O-Matic for cheap. That's an ability that we have not seen for cheap to this point. So getting that ability, getting those better route running, and getting the catching with that, you got to add both of those in.
Yeah, Pooks, being able to get a wide receiver. Listen, Randall Cobb, 5'10", 195. Certainly in a game that has been all about size, not going to impress anybody. But getting Slot Apprentice for 0 and Slotto for 1, that seems like it could be a dangerous combination.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a dangerous combination. When you think about it, some guys have switched over to using Randall Cunningham as their quarterback, and they're not really using the hot route master like other guys. So what they're able to do with that is they're now able to put somebody like Randall Cobb on the field, and then they don't have to worry about not having hot route master with their quarterback, and they can still have the speed at quarterback as well. So Cobb is definitely a steal. He doesn't have the height, but he can still get it done.
User, somebody that does have the hype, Aaron Donald. I mean, this is a guy who I feel like every time a new item for Aaron Donald gets released, it seems like it's a must-have player because he's the must-have guy in the NFL. He's somebody who's going to wreck offensive lines all day long.
I mean, it's only right. You know, him and Michael Parsons are easily the best 2 defensive players in the league. So he has to have something 0 AP. That El Toro, Clef hit it right on the head. Listen, you want to get as many players as you can on your field for 0 AP. So then you can start boosting certain players where you can just have all types of players stacked with, like, you know, deep route KO, inside shade, all that type of stuff. So when you got players like Aaron Donald that can be on your field for free, 0 AP, that's a must-have.
Yeah, and Ty, you know, you talk about that AP limit. We know how Hot Route Master has been a big deal, but looking at Randall Cobb, the fact that he can get Route Tech for 2 AP, it does take some of that pressure of maybe having to have that hot route quarterback.
Yeah, without a doubt. And Route Tech's gotten a little more popular here lately. We're going to see it in this tournament today. You got the Slot Apprentice as well. Randall Cobb has good speed, not the best size. Aaron Donald as well. Absolute beast. You can move him around the line, D tackle, D end. Gets 1 AP, double or nothing. Of course, 0 like the guys talked about for El Toro. So both these guys are absolutely amazing cards.
Well, listen, we've talked about the LTDs. Let's talk about the champions. All these 96 overall. We start off with a player who I think beginning of the year, people might be surprised to know that he's going to be a 96 overall champion in the playoff program. Rutgers University, the State University of New Jersey, stand up. Isaiah Pacheco, 96 overall. Tyler Davis. Running back apprentice for 1. Jukebox is free. Backfield mismatch is free. This guy could be, there's a game in this game where there's so many halfbacks. Is it crazy to think Isaiah Pacheco could be the guy that we see out there?
No, it's not. We might see this guy in the Madden Bowl. You talked about. I believe everything is 1 AP or free for this guy. Great speed. Obviously, we know in real life he's really come on for the Chiefs to kind of create a nice dual combo with Jerick McKinnon. But this card, really nice, great speed, the break tackle ability, the agility. Definitely a card I think we'll see in the future here.
User, somebody who came on the scene with the Saints, had a fantastic year last year and has just followed it up with a great year with the Eagles. Our second 96 overall champion, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Abilities, let's talk it. Tackle Supreme for 1, Pick Artist for 1, Tip Drill for 0, Crusher for 1, and Deep in Zone KO for 1. That Tip Drill for 0, especially in this game where we see so many jump balls, User, it seems crucial to have that out there.
Yeah, you want to have something out there, whether it's pick artists or tip drill. If you can't have pick artists, take the tip drill for 0 AP. CJ's solid. He's going to give you good speed. You have an Eagles themed team, in which a lot of people do because the Eagles had a lot of players come out this year. So you're definitely going to have him on the roster. He'll be 97 speed. And like you said, that tip drill, you'll be able to have something on him for 0 AP.
All right, well, that's 2 of our champions. And for our last 2 champions, it feels like needed to do a little something special for 2 guys. I think if you're an NFL fan at all, you've heard of these 2 players, a couple legends coming to the playoff program. The playoff program does it big. And how about on the defensive side of the ball, Boogs? Champ Bailey, pick artist, 0. Deep route KO for 1, outmatch for 1, deep out zone KO for 1, bench press for 2, 6 foot 192, and Boogs, one of the best to do it at the cornerback position.
Oh yeah, Champ Bailey has always been one of those cars that you know in Madden has just consistently been good. He has decent size. He's not 6'3", 6'4", but he's 6 feet and he can get it done. And he just plays really good typically. And so you're able to have that pick artist with 0 AP, and now you can play either zone or man with him. You can put the deep route KO on him for 1, or you can put the deep out for 1. It's really up to you. It's just easy pickings.
And bench press for 2 if you want to play some of that press man coverage. Clef, I know you are a prolific passer and you're always looking for the edge at the quarterback position. How about Steve Young, 49ers and Bucks Chem? You're welcome. 6'2", 215, 1 bucket. Here's his abilities. Pass lead elite for 2, QB playmaker for 2, hot route master for 2. In the other bucket, fearless for 1, gunslinger for 1. This seems like an absolutely deadly combo for one of the best to do it.
Yeah, you get that fearless, which is imperative this year. You need that. You don't want to be missing passes off inaccurate. You get gunslinger, which is imperative this year because you don't want to be throwing out of sack picks on passes that are open 20 yards or more down the field. And then you got Steve Young. This is one of those quarterbacks where he's really one of them ones. Like, you got Mike Vick, and then when it comes to lefties, you got Steve Young. You know, you want this guy on your team. Always has a good release. And then you combine it with the pass lead elite. He has all the abilities. He's mobile at the same time. You know, we got quarterbacks like John Elway right now. Even Tom Brady, they're not as mobile. You put this guy on your team, especially a Legends theme team, 92 speed, and can make every throw.
How do you get these players? Let's talk about those sets, these exchange sets of how you're going to maybe grab yourself one of these 96 overall champions. Exchange 5 93 overall playoff players to receive 1 96 overall playoffs champion and your choice of a 93 overall playoff elite player. So you guys gut out there, get collected. Again, releasing tomorrow with season 3 in Madden. Now, it wouldn't be a pregame show, it wouldn't be a reveal stream if we didn't have a little bit of a giveaway. And we're going to do it big to kick off the night. How about a dump truck giveaway of every single champion? That's right, Isaiah Pacheco, Steve Young, CJ Gardner-Johnson, and Champ Bailey is going to one lucky viewer out there. And the lucky winner of this dump truck is GG_Reno TV. GG_Reno TV, congratulations. You're getting a great start to the playoff program with all 4 of the playoff program champions. That is your playoff program preview. All this in game tomorrow. Cannot wait to see what the following reveals are. But we got a huge tournament tonight as the Ultimate Wild Card closes out. As we take a look at our bracket, Dez and Mr. Football, top side of the bracket. Dez going through KCP. Mr. Football and Kobo had a dogfight, but the marquee matches were on the bottom. Cole and Clef put on an absolute show, and then Henry and Astro said, anything you can do, I can do better, as Henry just able to squeak by Astro, and that's how that's where we stand going into tonight. Let's talk about our first game and talk a little bit about the number 1 player in the world. Back at it after missing the Ultimate Thanksgiving. Henry taking on Cole. Ty, we saw a lot from Henry in day 1. He had arguably the toughest matchup in day number 1, having to go against Astro, a guy who he had played before and went to overtime with. And that game, that matchup, it lived up to everything. It seems like Henry just seems to get better every time we see him.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, what a game this was against Astro. Back and forth. Like I said, it reminded me of the Bills and Chiefs that we might see in the AFC Championship. There's back and forth. They went high-powered offenses. Henry, of course, adjustments in the second half, was able to get that tip pick, take it to the house, and started to figure out what Astro wanted to do, and that's why he's the top player in the world for a reason.
Yeah, and user, every time we see Henry out there, I think we're not just putting him as the favorite to win a belt. We're almost expecting him to win a belt. You think for Henry this gets boring at any point? Because it seems like every time he's out there winning.
Hey, winning cash don't ever get boring. I'm going to tell you that right now, Nick. You know what I'm saying? Henry's stacking up the bank, piling belts on top of belts. He has a chance. He's already made history, but to have 5 belts to separate him from Skimbo, to have 4 individual belts. Henry is a guy, he's hungry, he's looking to make history, and trust me, that fire is just as hot as the first day y'all doubted him when he stepped in Dallas in the arena out there.
On the flip side, a Clef, what can we expect from Cole? You got to have a look at him. Somebody with not a lot of tape on him out here, but he showed up and he plays hard and plays a little differently than everybody else in this field.
Yeah, you're going to expect getting looks that you've never got before. You know, he's going to give you things that are very off meta, with the motion swing and audibling around, but he's going up against somebody who Henry doesn't lose these type of games. He only will lose to a juggernaut. It takes a lot to beat this guy. So Cole played a good game. He has a really good scheme. I think what goes against him is people seeing him again and again. And I think Henry's one of those guys, he doesn't get off the game. So getting that look at him, I look for Henry to dominate this one.
Does Cole have a chance?
He has 0 chance.
0?
He has 0 chance to win this game.
Even after he done popped you?
He has 0 chance to win this game.
No way.
I will stop playing competitive Madden if he wins this game.
Oh boy.
Yeah, hold me to it.
Well,
he has 0 chance.
That's crazy.
Speaking of which,
he had a good run. He's a good player, but Henry don't lose these type of games. Look who he lose. He don't lose these type.
well, I mean, we've seen surprises. Let's get it on the record here. And that way, when we get to the end of the game, we can just all get together and say whether we're all really smart or all really dumb. It is prediction time for Henry and Cole. Bogues, I'm going to start with you. Can we see yet another upset from the relatively unknown before this tournament, Cole?
I mean, Nick, I think this game, this is the game we all been waiting for. It's this is a big slobber knocker game, a game that everybody expected. Clef versus Henry. I mean, Cole versus Henry. My fault, I forgot Clef got popped.
Tighten it up.
We got a great game, and I think there's no chance of Henry losing this game as well. I do agree with Clef. There's no chance. No disrespect to Cole. He has a puncher's chance, but I'm taking Henry.
Clef, you said no chance for Cole, so I take it you're probably taking Henry in this one?
First of all, I just want to say, Bugs and User with these shots is crazy.
Hey, I ain't fired no shots. I'm just happy you here, brother.
They ain't been in the live a bit in this many years, and I'm getting all these shots off a few days, man. It's crazy. But I would say this. Cole has done a lot. He is a good player. He is deservingly, the people he beat, me, Noah, Fancy, he deserves to be here. But sometimes you just run into the guy that's hot. And this dude right here, he does not lose games where he shouldn't lose. He's gotten to a point where he's so developed and good at Madden, he don't lose games he shouldn't lose. I'm going with Henry.
User, you question whether Cole had a chance. Are you going to be bold enough to take Cole with a win over Henry, or are you chickening out like you usually do with these tough predictions?
Come on, Nick. You know me. I'm a man of my word. I stand on what I believe. Like last week, I told you if anybody had a chance, it was Cole versus Clef the God, because we've seen that matchup happen before. And that's my brother. He know I love him. It's nothing but love. But at the end of the day, Henry is dominant. But I think Cole, just his game style, he might be able to keep this game close. Kind of like TCU in Georgia. I'm riding with the best player in the world, man. Henry, man, don't ever doubt it.
All right, now it's time for my least favorite part. It's time to go to Tyler Davis, because when he gets ones right, he acts like he's the greatest person ever. And Captain Ego over there, who you got in this first game?
Yeah, it's going to be business as usual for Henry. We really might see 65-7 like the national championship. Henry wins it easily.
Man, guys, I'm not looking forward to when Tyler Davis says, watch this perfect prediction for me in pregame by taking the #1 player in the world. So everybody prep for that. Gentlemen, we'll catch up with our Orlando studio at halftime, but it's time to get to our first game of the night, semifinal action here from the Ultimate Wild Card, as we take a look at our tale of the tape between Cole and Henry. And it doesn't happen too often, TD, But man, this is a lopsided tail of the tape. Hen Dog has done just about everything. Oh, and he has a couple belts this year.
Oh yeah, very lopsided affair. Henry, the top guy in the world, he's looking for revenge. He feels like people are talking about Dez. People are talking about these other people because he didn't make the Ultimate Thanksgiving. He's looking to come back and get a big win, but he's got Cole standing in his way. I love the scheme, the style that Cole brings. I think Henry's just had too much film on him, but we'll see. It's going to be a great battle.
Henry looking for his second belt this year. Cole looking for his first belt ever. The former PC gamer trying to make noise. Again, welcome in everybody watching on Twitch and YouTube with EA Madden NFL. We are so happy to have you along with us. Let's get Belt Day underway as we kick off semifinal number 1. Henry will get the ball first against Cole. We will fill one spot of our final in just 20 minutes of game time. If you don't know who Henry is, we're going to give you just a snapshot of what he's been able to do. Over $500,000 in earnings in MCS history. It's a 19-year-old, 4-time MCS major champion, 3 individual belts. Ty, there's about nothing that this man hasn't done.
Nothing he hasn't done. 19 years old, the highest career win percentage in MCS history. It feels like he just doesn't lose. And when he gets into these big games, his confidence just gets higher and higher. He's looking for his 5th overall belt, which is just insane to think about.
So we take a look at a MUT item to watch. TD, shocking that you would pick somebody to watch in this game like TB12.
Well, I would not pick the GOAT. Of course, Henry, we know he wants to air it out pretty much every single play. You see some guys rocking with that John Elway, but now Tom Brady has become the new meta. Of course, gunslinger, set feet lead, and that fearless ability to go along with gunslinger. All the weapons that Henry needs at his disposal with his Tom Brady at quarterback.
Tyler Davis, you want to hand out a belt today?
Let's go.
It's game time out there. A reminder to everybody hanging out with us, if you want more information on the players or the MUT rosters that they have put together for this round, be sure to watch in the command center. Ty, love taking a look at these guys' rosters because everybody's got just a little bit of a different wrinkle.
Yeah, everyone has a little bit something different, whether you see some route techs, you see some short ends. Definitely check out the command center. Check out what the pros are doing. Add that to your game. You can learn the abilities, learn the teams they're rocking with out here in Madden Ultimate Team.
Henry looked all flustered. It looked like he dropped something, but he snaps the ball, looks underneath. You'll find a man who had a massive, massive day one. Keith Byers, TD, was, I think, big for everybody.
Oh, absolute beast. You get that goal line back ability on him in the red zone. You can pass to him out of the backfield like you saw Henry go to on that first play. Of course, Henry, you'll see him primarily in gun bunch in this tight halfback weak formation. Now, I will say the game against Astro was absolutely wild, right? High scoring, back and forth. I do think this game will be a little bit slower paced. I think we'll see a little bit less scoring in this type of game. You look for Henry to, slow it down and use a little bit more clock.
3rd down and 2. Ball's on the 33-yard line. Tom Brady back to pass, stepping up and sitting down. The pressure from Cole getting to Henry. He's going to set up a 4th and 6.
Big time stop right there, and Henry, of course, going to go for it here. No question about it. And if Cole gets this stop, it would be massive for his confidence.
Big Chargers fan, hoping to have some luck with the Chargers in the playoffs wild card round. They've got a tough match against the Jaguars in round number 1. Looking right side. It's picked up by Cole. What a start for the 29-year-old. It is Haynes with the interception. And Cole will get great field position. Ty, he doesn't just get a stop. He gets a turnover.
What a stop for Cole, looking to shock the world in this matchup against Henry.
29 years old, his first MCS major appearance. Jasper, Tennessee native, would become the oldest player to make a final since Kerry Q at the Ultimate Thanksgiving last year. And Ty, for somebody who played on PC, somebody his first MCS major appearance, we saw him last week. He doesn't look nervous at all. He
didn't let the pressure get to him at all, of course, against Clef. You talked about a former PC gamer, just got over to the console, also a former high-stakes poker player. So he's been in high-pressure situations. He knows what it's like. He's a very smart individual, and you saw it there. First drive, gets the huge defensive stand.
Talk to me about Derek Brooks.
Yeah, absolute beast right here. He actually is going to counter Tom Brady with 2 lurkers on that defense. So look for Derek Brooks in the middle of that defense to make some plays for him.
Brooks from that all Madden program, 93 overall outside linebacker. How about Ray Nitschke, a name that I think a lot of the younger players out there may not know.
Yeah, and there's the other lurker. So he's going to have Nitschke in the middle with Derek Brooks with that lurker ability. So maybe, lurker's not as good this year as been the past few years, but maybe he can get a crazy, pick over the middle.
Uh-oh, that was almost a pick to start. Now, Ty, we saw so many people using that Tom Brady. Cole, one of the players, still sticking with John Elway.
Yeah, rocking that John Elway, of course, Hot Rod Master set for lead. He still has Michael Vick on his roster. You know, we talked about it last week. He hasn't used him. Does he maybe bring it out in this game? I don't know. But the one thing about Cole, too, he runs the spread offensive playbook, so a very off-meta style. We'll see if Henry can adjust to it. He's had time, and there it is.
Oh, that's picked off, and we're going the other way. It's Woodson with the interception for Henry. As Woodson up the left sideline, he'll get it all the way back to the 37-yard line. So a dream start for Cole, but not a dream drive, as Henry does what Henry does so often. He takes away a turnover. We're going the other way.
So difficult to make mistakes against Henry, and that's the one thing I was going to say is, when you bring an off-meta style, it's usually good, you know, the first, maybe second round, right? But when you give a guy, especially the caliber of Henry, a full, what do we have, 4 or 5 days to watch the film, dial in on what you're doing, it can be very difficult. So I do think that's the one downfall right now for Cole. He's playing great defense, but offensively, I think it could be a little bit of a struggle for him.
A turnover each way, 1st and 10 for Henry, working quickly as he's already into Cole's territory. He'll pick up 3 underneath.
Going with tons of tempo. The one thing I do like about Cole's defense is he runs his dollar, but you see him every play. He's going to bring his safeties right there down into the box. Just play a little bit closer to the line, allow him to make some better plays.
That's left side, and he'll find Keith Byers for yet another first down to the 13-yard line as Henry working at a supersonic pace at this point. Brady stepping up, tries to get away, but he's going to take a big hit right in the middle. Only get 1.
Yeah, going extremely fast. And you see that's been multiple plays now where he's gotten Cole stuck on his D tackle with his user, and that's never something you want, right? You always want to user the middle linebacker over the middle, give yourself a better chance.
Want to use some of those lurkers. He looks to the end zone. Uh-oh, we're lurking the other way. It's Atwater with the interception. Cole forces yet another pick and another turnover. 3 turnovers to start the game, TD.
What a start for Cole. This is exactly what you would want going up against the #1 player in the world. And last week, it was all about Cole's unique offense. But he really feels comfortable talking to him in his defense. He feels that's where he, you know, lays his hat at night, is on the defensive side of the ball. He feels extremely confident there, and so far it's paying off early in the semifinal game.
Let's bring in from our Orlando studio one great user. User, what a wild start to this game. We got turnovers all over the place. It's looking like a bakery out here.
I mean, the defense is phenomenal out here. Listen, I don't know about you, Nick, but I got the text from Cole. He said, hey, is Clef retiring before Madden Bowl or after? That's what he want to know, because he tired of people not believing in him. I can't believe Clef, oh, that's a dot? Okay. I can't believe Clef was even bold enough to put that out there, that he would retire if Cole won. Now we watching Cole step up. Cole belongs here. No matter what a lot of people may think about his game, he's showing you right now he can go toe-to-toe with the best player in the world.
3rd and 17 in the shadows of his own goalpost. 37 seconds left. Cole back to pass. Pressure off the right side. Throws over the middle. That one probably should have been picked. It's going to fall incomplete. It's going to set up a 4th and long.
Yeah, it's a real struggle right now for Cole, and I have to admit, I do not agree with this decision to go for it here on your own 3-yard line, 4th and 17. You're playing phenomenal defense. Punt the ball away and get back on the defensive side of the ball. I don't like this decision, Nick.
Does Cole have a miracle from his own 3-yard line? Needs to get to the 20. 34 seconds left in the first quarter, and a wild first quarter of our first semifinal. Elway back to pass. Pressure up the middle. Hit as he throws. Going to be incomplete. And talk about great field position, TD. Henry is going to take over on the 3-yard line.
Yeah, I just don't agree with it. And I know, maybe our new viewers out there asking, why would he go for it in that situation? In Madden, you do go for it a lot. But with the way he's playing defense, you basically just gave Henry free points on the 3-yard line. You saw Henry laughing about it. Like, look at, he's even playing great defense here. You force him, move him back to like midfield. You give yourself a chance. But you give Henry the ball on the 3-yard line. I mean, not a great decision from the person in his first ever live event. You see maybe the inexperience taking effect, but now Henry looks to take advantage.
One time, talking to him before the entire tournament, he said that he had faith in his defense. It was his offense that he was maybe the most nervous about.
Yeah, 100%. And we've seen that play out in this game. Obviously, last week looked a little bit better on offense, but today has definitely been a struggle.
2nd and goal. Get pressure, gets there. No Way to get rid of that ball. 3rd and goal now from the 3-yard line. Cole's defense standing tall.
Yeah, his defense is dialed in right now in that nickel over. You saw he took away everything Henry wanted to do. Did a great job with his user, coming on that backside dig route. Big 3rd down here for both guys. Of course, if you're Cole, you got to try to hold him to 3 after that questionable decision. And you know Henry. I wouldn't be surprised if Henry considered going for this on 4th down as well.
Tight slots formation. Byers on the left hip of Tom Brady. Now he'll audible over to a trip set to the left side. Taysom Hill, the lone tight end on the right side. Watch out for Hill here in the red zone as Brady back to pass, waiting, looking, and throws this one away. TD, 4th and goal.
Yeah, this is a real interesting call here. Looks like he will take the 3. And I think that has to do with Henry just feeling so confident in his defense. But if you're Henry, you got to feel really frustrated with how this game's been going so far offensively. Hats off to Cole getting a big stand right there after he put his defense in a tough spot.
Ball is down, kick is up, it's good. 3-0 your score, but I don't know if we expected this is how the game was going to go, Tyler Davis.
Yeah, and you can see the body language on Henry. Like he does not feel great about how this game is going so far. He knows he's in a battle. What a complete opposite from last week with Henry and Astro. We knew that it would have this feeling a little bit. And if you're Cole, you got to feel good. But now is where we got to figure out if Cole can find some offense.
Take a look at the 4th down stop. Pressure getting to Cole as he tried to get rid of that one. But that was sort of the story of the offensive drive for Henry. Cole's pressure able to get to the quarterback.
Yeah, and don't forget, too, to see a nice run here. This is what Cole needed. Get the ground game going a little bit, right? Keep Henry off balance. But don't forget, too, when you're backed up on your 3-yard line like that, you get that weird camera angle in the end zone, and that makes it even more difficult to pass the ball. So really tough spot for Cole there, but he does do what he needs to do, play defense, get back on offense, and now you got to figure out a way to move the ball here.
1st and 10, a handoff, not a whole lot. By the way, big shout out, Ty. We got this tweet after the show last week from our man K Rich on Twitter, KRich257. 73.7% of plays were audible to at the line, and that's what we're seeing from both these guys. They're going to come out in formation. They're going to use some motion. They're going to use some audibles and try to confuse the defense.
Yeah, 100%. It's the way to mix it up this year against that man meta. That's why you're seeing a little bit more zone, and it's tough sledding right now for Cole. But with that being said, Cole's offense too. Of course, he's running the spread offensive play, but you see him. He went to bunch a little bit. He goes to these Y-off trips weak and Y-off trips regular formations. When he goes to these off-meta stuff like these read options, these inside zones, maybe we'll see him go to that motion Z spot we saw last week. I think those are the plays that could maybe give Henry a little bit of trouble because we know how much Henry has seen bunch. You are not going to beat Henry if you're not an experienced bunch player, sticking with this meta formation.
3rd down and 8. Bunch over to the right side. Elway back to pass for Cole. Pressure picked up nice on the 4-man rush, and somebody's actually open downfield. It's a 1st down to the 35-yard line. That's Adam Thielen with the catch on the sideline.
And Henry just got caught lacking right there. Like his user was on that, and he just kind of I don't think he thought Cole would throw it. And Cole threw it over there on the corner route and gets a big completion, gets himself in field goal range.
Nowhere to go on the ground there for Byers. On about 70% pass clip right now. 2nd and 10. Pump fake.
Got him.
Over the seam. Got him. Touchdown. Megatron to the house. I don't know if the pump fake was intentional, Tyler Davis, but it sure looked good on that play.
Hit him with the pump fake, young man. Something we never see in these competitive games. And Cole is saying, hey, I'm for real. You guys are picking against me, Clef. You don't think you're never gonna play Madden again after this game because Cole is saying I'm here and he is putting it to Henry right now in a battle. Wow.
7-3, Cole with the lead as we near the 2-minute warning in the first half. But take a look one more time. Had that swing route pump fake, but there was nobody over there on Megatron, and you can't leave anyone open.
Yeah, the ever so popular C route on that solo side. Cole is fired up because he knows that's what he needed, right? He's playing amazing defense. If he can get some offense going, it'd be huge for him. He does it. C route beats the man coverage, hits him with the pump fake, and now the pressure shifts to Henry, who's already thrown 2 picks in this game.
And the scary part is you're starting to see the confidence from Cole grow. And the last thing you want to see, if you're a favorite in any sort of game, is the underdog gaining confidence.
100%, 1,000%. That was massive for him. He continues to send this pressure, too, out of this dollar defense. Smart right there from Henry to check it down. But Cole just giving up nothing, really. Sending a lot of pressure out of that dollar 3-2.
Third and 6. Brady back to pass. Pressure picked up nicely. And there is Herman Moore, the Lions legend, open right side. And Henry's into opposing territory.
And that's been Henry's bread and butter pretty much last week and this week. Goes to this tight formation, audibles over from bunch, and he looks for a short side corner route. So he creates that flood concept, usually going to the short side with an underneath route as well. You see here, he has the drag underneath to Taysom Hill.
Ooh, hit him with a little juke move. And Taysom Hill will get down to the 25-yard line. Henry's offense starting to move.
That Taysom Hill, such a beast. Most pros out here running it. 0 AP for that Taysom Hill with that short in elite ability.
Nowhere to go there. The heat from Cole making things tough for Henry. Ty, if you thought Cole was just going to lay down in this game, I think we're seeing that this is going to be a dogfight to the end.
Oh yeah, no sir. He is legit. You can tell he's been locked in all week prepping. And that nice dot right there from Henry though. But we talked about Henry, you know, having the film for the whole week on Cole. But also, Cole's had film on Henry for a whole week too. So he knows he wants to go from bunch to tight. You know he's been in the lab prepared for it. And it's paying dividends so far early in this game.
First and goal, tight slots. Brady stepping up, and Brady taking off. And Brady's going to scramble for a 10-yard score right down the middle. Tyler Davis, you've been a Patriots fan for a long time. You've been watching Tom Brady for a long time. How often do you see the 10-yard scramble from TB12?
Very rarely. Very rarely. Great pocket presence. Great stick work from Henry. Steps up. Not a lot of speed on Brady, but when you got a little space right there, he avoids the user. And that's a huge response from Henry, getting up 10-7 now. Big time response for the former belt winner.
It's a fair catch called in the end zone as we take a look one more time at this touchdown. Just step up in the pocket, little pocket awareness, and wasn't a whole lot. A really nice block thrown downfield by some of those wide receivers.
Yeah, avoids Atwater, goes to the left, steps up in the pocket. That's the one thing about Henry, too. Has immaculate, just phenomenal pocket presence, and you saw it on display there.
Under 2 to go here in semifinal number 1. First and 10 for Cole. Coming off a touchdown drive for himself. He'll look underneath. He'll find Taysom Hill to the 38-yard line. Picks up 13.
And you know, we haven't seen too much emotion from these two guys. And you can just tell how much this means to both of them. What is at stake here, of course? You know, both these guys already guaranteed themselves $27,500, right? This game, they win this, they can secure themselves another $40,000, and of course our first place prize, which we'll see later on, $75,000. So much at stake here. These guys just on the edge of their seats, dialed in right now.
Yeah, the stick work from Cole in this running game time. Very impressed with how he's running the ball. One of the better run sticks we've seen in the MCS.
Yeah, I agree, and it's great that he's mixed this in. After that first drive, he kind of went pass heavy. Last 2 drives, he's been more balanced, mixed in the ground game, and it's paying off.
There's that motion swing he used. Looking down the seam, he's got Taysom Hill to the 20-yard line. You look for the swing pass, all of a sudden he's hitting you over the top with the New Orleans Saint. Clock under 30 seconds. In the red zone is Cole. First down, right side. He's got Thielen fighting to the end zone. Touchdown, Cole.
It's a laser show right now from Cole. He is cooking up dots left, over the middle, to the right. And I think Henry is a little bit shocked at what is taking place right now.
29 years old from Jasper, Tennessee. Cole is going to make sure his name is known. He took down Clef the God in the first round, and he's looking to upset the #1 player in the world, Henry, in the second round with a 14-10 lead. Still lots of time left, even lots of time here in the half with 19 seconds to go. But take a look one more time. The hurry-up offense, feeling off that baby wheel. He's open, and the Minnesota State Mankato graduate fights for the goal line.
It looks like the wide curl play. He keeps the wheel route on the slot receiver, high balls it. Thielen beats the man coverage. Huge play for Cole. Also the play. Huge hit right there for Cole. The play previously too, when he went to that motion Z-spot play, the seam streak to Taysom Hill, like what a play that was. And now Henry's in trouble. You just mentioned it though, Nick. Plenty of time here. 15 seconds, still has all 3 timeouts, but you also don't want to make a mistake in the spot.
Second down and 10. He's looking for something downfield with all 3 timeouts. Brady steps up, looks right side. It's complete. It's Plaxico Burress to the 44. Timeout taken. Step 1. Ty, he can very much get into field goal range and cut into this lead.
Yeah, great dot right there. Henry is having a little bit of a tough time picking up that left side pressure out of this dollar. I want to see, usually maybe you double team the opposite of the running back side. Maybe you ID that backside blitzing slot DB. But he's really having a tough time picking that up. Cole gets free pressure off that left side. But once again, Henry showcases that pocket presence. Steps up, makes a nice read.
Brady stepping up, throws it over the middle. It's complete. Moore fighting his way to the 32-yard line. That will get Henry into field goal range. And he will almost surely make this one to make it a 1-point game. Not that we don't have tons of faith in the broadcaster's curse, but at the end of the day, Focus Kicker sort of negates that play, and as the kick is up, it's good. 14-13 at the half.
Yeah, great job from Henry right there. Cole left the seams wide open. Henry throws a high ball, but you see on Henry's face, a little bit concerned here. Gonna be down by 1 going into the half. I don't think anyone expected that.
And Cole getting the ball.
Yes, but the one thing we do know about Henry, his second half adjustments are usually on point. So he's gonna have a game plan here. But big picture overall, if you're Cole, this is an absolute win right now. Gonna be going up 14-13 at half with the ball.
Hester will take this to the 20-yard line, and that's where Cole's drive will start the second half. My, oh my, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up for the unexpected. We're only 1 half into our coverage tonight, and the upstart Cole, PC gamer turned possible Madden finalist. He's up 14-13, the number 1 player in the world. Henry with a chuckle as even he can't believe what's going on right now. Let's throw it over to our Orlando guys. User Boogs Clef, break down what we have seen here in the first half.
Listen, Cole once again showing you that he's ready for the moment, stepping up. Listen, he's playing phenomenal defense. His defense is what got him in this game. I don't like the decision to go for it on 4th in Africa. You know what I'm saying? He gets stopped, gives Henry an easy chance to score a touchdown, but able to hold Henry to 3. When you look back at this half, do you think Cole's going to have to tighten up and make smarter decisions when it comes to their books?
Oh, most definitely. He's really dominated the game. He's been the better player in this game so far. He's kind of outplayed Henry. Especially after that first drive of his where he kind of looked a little sloppy offensively. But once he got it going, he's been getting it going, and he kind of has the advantage because he kind of sends 5.
I mean, Clef, obviously, you put your whole career on this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say this is something you would expect. You were expecting, was it?
No, I would say I wasn't expecting this. I think Henry played bad to half. Henry played bad to half. Combination of Cole played a great half. If you were a Henry fan, you like, wow, I didn't play good. I'm down 1 point. I mean, I should be down. Henry realistically should be down at least a touchdown. He did a good job of going to get 3 to closing that gap. And Cole's playing a good game. Just right now in the position he in, he just can't beat himself. Trust your defense. I thought in the end of the first half, he got too lax. Wasn't sending 5, sitting back. You don't really want to sit back in a dollar. You want to send 5 every play. He was lackadaisical and gave up that 3 points. But like I said, if you're a Cole fan, you got to be happy with what's going on. Did we expect this?
No. But like you said, we were sitting back here chirping while we was watching the game. Cole is sending 5. He's putting a lot of pressure on Henry out that dollar. So y'all used to seeing Henry, high power throwing dots everywhere. But because he's constantly sending 5 and he's making plays with his user. You saw him get the pick in the end zone and he's covering a lot of things. And Boogs, you said one play, if he would have just trusted his user on that drag, he possibly could have had another turnover where he came off of it. Like Cole, if he sticks to his guns, we might be looking at an upset.
Oh, upset is definitely imminent right now, and I know a man that's sweating right now. You can see it smooth off that ball head. Yeah. The man's sweating.
And so, but let's not get it twisted. Henry's been locking up on defense. As we take a look back in this play, Omar, go ahead and bring it up. Henry, he's been kind of, with his solo side DB, can't really see him over here. The solo side DB, he's been putting him in a deep third. So what we see right here is Cole's going to notice that. And after a while, Cole's going to pick up on it. What Henry's been doing with his user right here, he's been guarding the corner route and just leaving the deep blues to handle everything else on the backside. And what you'll see what happened is, as we start to run this play just a little bit, my guy, Cole, is going to run wide curl. So wide curl's going to come up on the inside of that, and that's where you see he's wide open when it comes to that zone. And that's an easy read. And I really... Buzz, you let us know what Cole was thinking when he broke this thing down.
I mean, when you really look at it, in that play when he knew the adjustments and he knew what was kind of coming, he's seen those adjustments consistently from Henry in this game. So he was kind of just looking at that solo side receiver. That was his first read of the game. But then he kind of just pump faked. He kind of just pump faked on the play and really kind of messed it up. I don't know if he was about to throw it to the running back and throw a pick six, because he did pump fake, but then he had the wide open touchdown late. So maybe his eyes just kind of fooled him for a little bit. But once he finally saw it and got kind of bailed out, he was able to get an easy touchdown.
Man, we got a second half expected. Second half coming up. What are y'all expecting, Clef, in this second half? Are you expecting to see Henry switch things up? Do you expect Cole just kind of give it away and kind of not trust his guns? What are you expecting to see in this second half?
I'm expecting Henry, to really self-evaluate. Why am I in this position? When you're in these positions and you're losing to somebody you feel like you should beat, you got to really dig deep and see what's going on. I think Henry, really, it's been a lot about him beating himself, throwing picks. He got 2 picks right now. It's not like Cole is playing great offense, but if you give somebody that many chances, they're going to get going. If you Cole, keep doing what I'm doing. Don't stop what I'm doing. I'm giving them trouble right now. Keep sending 5 every play. Keep being unorthodox every play on offense, because offensively, Henry can't prepare for that. You can't prepare for that coming in. You'll never get the same look. So keep being who I am from both guys, and you got to be comfortable with the results.
And Clef hitting it on the head, saying, we haven't really seen the bubblegum offense. He's been kind of running bunch. Books, do you agree with Clef? Like, maybe he needs to bring more of that? Because he got some points, he moved the ball a little bit, but like Clef said, he should be up more with that many stops versus Henry.
I mean, I think the biggest thing I'm seeing right now, Cole's kind of allowing Henry to run that double loop and shift out both those linebackers. Run the ball. He's tried to run the ball, but those inside zones aren't working. Maybe hit some bases. I don't know if he has traps in his formation. He is in spread playbook. I don't know what's in that playbook. I'm not sure why he uses it, but he's in it. So now you got to roll with what you have. Yeah. So find something where the guards are pulling and stuff like that, and you will be able to get some big runs to really kind of gash them and get them out of that defense.
And Todd, Nick, we got a great one on our hand. Listen, not only is this the Madden Bowl, the championship on the line for the wild card, we got people's career on the line. Back to you.
It's time to take a look at the latest MCS 23 Power Rankings powered by Ram Trucks. Here are the top 10. Following the Ultimate Wild Card qualifiers, you see our man Henry at the top, Dez at 2, man Clef the God at 3, Noah sitting there at 4, and he's hungry to get to the Madden Bowl, Wesley at 5, and then Gucci, Kobo, Mr. Football, Jack Organ, and Dat Boy closing out our MCS 23 Power Rankings powered by Ram. You see Dez there at number 2. Well, we recently spoke to the Ultimate Thanksgiving winner, and here's what he had to say about his number 2 ranking.
Especially in this new power rankings, when I passed Noah, that was kind of crazy to me how I'm technically ranked above him, because I've always looked up to him. So that was pretty cool. Now I just got one more person to chase.
Well, we will see if the 17-year-old can't make a run at the number 1 spot later tonight as he takes on Mr. Football 88 in our other semifinal matchup. But we've got ourselves a barn burner. Here in game number 1, Cole up 14-13 with ball, TD. If you talked about a dream first half, and remember, even with Cole turning the ball over on the 3-yard line, even with Cole throwing an interception, if you told him that he would do all that and have a 1-point lead on the number 1 player in the world, he'd probably be dancing.
Oh, he would take this 100 out of 100 times. Perfect first half almost for Cole in the situation he's in. I think right here, this drive coming up for both guys is massive. Could be the biggest drive of the game. I want to see Cole stick to what the balanced attack, right? The last few drives, he's gone a little bit more to the bubble gum, right? The wide trips offset, the offset weak. Go to the ground game a little bit more. When you stick primarily in this bunch, it's been a little bit of a struggle. So I want to see him mix it up a little bit more, keep Henry off balance. And for Henry, I think you keep doing what you're doing, right? You're playing pretty good defense. You gave up a kind of 1 or 2 fluky big plays there in that man coverage versus the wide curl. So if you're Henry, you stick back what you're doing and try to get a defensive turnover.
Pressure picked up nicely. Looking deep down the field, another miss for Elway. Cole can't believe it. That's 2 misses early, and that one could have been 6.
Yeah, that hurts. He had him. You see the disappointment on Cole's face. Had at least 3 steps on the defender right there in that deep blue over the top.
Uh-oh, that pressure right up the middle, and somehow that was the one that Cole completed. What vision from Cole to find the receiver coming out of his break and pick up a first down.
And he ran that same play last week versus Clef for a touchdown. goes to this motion Z spot play again here, and this time has the backside slant. So when he goes over this wide trips, it's very difficult to defend. The previous was a timing route on the curl route. This time, backside slant. So he really has Henry thinking now with all these different formations.
That time finding that zero chill wide receiver out of Oklahoma, C.D. Lamb with the catch, 6'2", 201. One of those players that you saw on most of the rosters here in the Ultimate Wild Card. Elway on 1st and 10 steps up, and he's going to take off. And he's not going to risk anybody laying a hit, especially Ted Hendricks in the middle.
Yeah, goes to that wide curl play out of bunch, which he's had some success with, but this time Henry was all over it. Both sides completely bagged deep down the field.
On the other side of midfield, 2nd and 6 for Cole. Lamb splits off the bunch on the right side. Keith Byers the lone back in the backfield on the left side, and a mistake from Cole takes a delay of game. He throws his hands up, but the clock's right up there.
Yeah, and I think he was trying to snap it as quick as possible, and that's why the disappointment came in. But yeah, you cannot make that mistake in the situation. Now puts himself out of field goal range, so tough penalty.
We'll see if that throws him off at all. Those are the plays that you see new players sometimes get thrown off for. He's not thrown off for it at all. There's 81. Calvin Johnson to the 13-yard line. Another red zone drive for the Bolts family leader at this point, Cole.
And he's going to go quick here. Look for that motion Z spot again. Watch Taysom Hill up the seam.
There's the motion. There's the throw. There's Taysom Hill. Call him Nostradamus. That's a touchdown for Cole as he finds Taysom Hill in the end zone.
What a second half drive for the ultimate underdog, Cole. Unbelievable. I mean, dots left and right had the sidelines completely wide open. This time goes to that seam crossing route. Taysom Hill with that short in elite ability lights up. Massive touchdown to go up 8 against the #1 player in the world.
Henry, a nice juke back to the right side, up the sidelines of the 32-yard line is where he'll start his drive. We'll take a look one more time at this touchdown. You called it out. Number 7, 4-7.
Yeah, and that auto motion's tough, right? It kind of gets Henry confused in the middle. He doesn't know what to cover because sometimes Taysom Hill's on a seam route streak. That time he's on a crossing route. Sometimes you got the backside slant or the backside hitch. There's just a lot going on, and you can't forget about the swing route out of the backfield. So it's confusing Henry in the middle of the field a little bit. Got lost in no man's land, and Cole takes advantage for the touchdown.
Brady underneath to Hill for near the first down. He'll pick up 7 underneath for Henry. It's Henry already down to the 37-yard line. You can see Henry a little more sense of urgency on this drive.
Yeah, it looks like Cole's completely leaving that X receiver uncovered this time. He goes straight out zone.
And right side, there's Seedles. C.D. Lamb to the 8-yard line. Big play for Henry, 1st and goal.
Yeah, that was a tough throw right there. Tight window, great free-form completion, pass leading that back inside.
End zone wide open. That one's too easy. You can't leave 88 or 17, 16, 19, 44, whatever number it is, you can't leave him that open in the end zone. Touchdown for Henry, a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up.
Yeah, let's see what he cooks up here. Huge 2-point conversion. What a response by Henry. You see those second half adjustments coming into play, right? You know that Cole wants to send 5 out $1. He hits those seams for the easy touchdown.
Looking left side, and like a game of blackjack that's going great for the players. We got 21s all around. Minute 20 to go, all tied up. The #1 player in the world looking to keep his hope for belt number 5 alive as he kicks this away to Cole.
Yeah, what was that? Within 40 seconds right there, Henry responds. And that's those adjustments we're talking about, right? As we'll take a look at the replay here in a second. But Cole's been sending 5 out $1, right? Blitzing pretty heavy. Henry, as we take a look at this replay, high balls that seam route, gets in between the safeties, wide open behind the user, and that's how you need to attack that Cole defense. And the 2-point conversion, double crossing routes, nice accuracy on the pass, able to tie this ball game up.
21's up, 18-yard line for Cole, 1st down and 10. He's in the bunch, motions Lamb from right to left. John Elway back to pass. 3-man rush picked up nicely by the offensive line. He's got all sorts of time. He's going to look for Thielen. Did he get the feet in bounds? No, he did not. 2nd down and 10. Incomplete pass on the sidelines.
Tough break right there for Cole. He's had success. He's had that deep corner route open a few times. Of course, Henry rocking 5 of those KO, those knockout abilities. Didn't come into play there, but definitely helps you on the backside of that defense.
Second and 10. Oh, nice job getting out of the pocket. He'll scramble forward, and it looks like he should have the first down. John Elway showing off the wheels.
We talk so much about Henry's pocket presence. Cole says, hey, how about my pocket presence? Phenomenal stick work right there to evade that pocket, get outside with John Elway. And now it looks like Cole's going to slow this game down a little bit, use some clock here, try to make this the final play of the third quarter.
I'll hand it off to Byers to the 33-yard line, and he will be able to take this all the way down. We'll see if he decides to snap the ball. I think the controller's down. I think that gives you guys some time to put some fours up in the chat. We're going to the fourth quarter. We're all tied up. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you're watching on Twitch, YouTube, and any of the watch parties, I see you all out there. I see you, Dub. I see you, Skim. I see you, Fend. I see Lauren and Kev. I know everybody out there is excited to watch this game. Fours up wherever you are. We're all tied up. 5 minutes to determine our first finalist. Handoff to Byers. Right side, picks up 2, 3rd and 4.
And Cole, of course, we talked about, wants to slow the game down a little bit, but at the same time, you don't want to get too conservative and let Henry just kind of be prepared for this run game. You see the chew clock, though, is on already for Cole. Going to go over to that wide trips weak formation.
He throws it to that swing pass. The first time we've seen him throw it to the swing today, and it'll pick up a first down. He needed 4. He got 7.
See, though, there's just so many things to worry about, right? You got the seams to Taysom Hill. You got the backside slants. And finally, you mentioned it, he goes to the swing route for the first time with the great lead blocking out there and picks up a critical 3rd down conversion, keeps the chains moving and keeps the clock moving.
Over the middle, complete to the 47-yard line. Ty, you mentioned on day one how big Taysom Hill would be, and Taysom Hill has been huge for Cole.
Yeah, it's been his #1 go-to receiver, using him all different ways, right? That time goes to the angle route out of bunch over the middle. Sharp cutting angle route, does a great job against man coverage, fires it in there for another conversion. 1st and 10, the tackle switch places, the wide receiver. Adam Thielen goes from right to left. Byers on the left hip. And former Stanford Cardinal John Elway, he'll hand it to Byers. And this is looking like an IHOP out here with a number of pancakes out there. Offensive line blocking beautifully for Byers. Yeah, an IHOP. It looks like Big League Chew out here with all this bubble gum. I mean, you said it. The tackle switch position looks like he went to like a trips over or tackle over formation, something I don't think I haven't seen since NCAA 12 or 14. And then he goes with an RPO bubble and he hands the ball off. Just so much stuff going on right now. Oh!
You can't do that! You can't do that when you're on an upset bid. Surrender Cobra from Cole as he throws a pick to Antonio Cromartie. Florida State, stand up for the man that might have saved Henry's wild card tournament.
Oh my goodness. Cole's playing almost a perfect game, nearly flawless. And in the most critical of moments, he gives the ball to Henry. Oh man, your heart breaks if you're a fan of Cole.
Second and a yard. As you know, Henry is going to look to use the entirety of the clock and quickly move to the final. He only needs to get to field goal range. He's already picked up a first down as he can take this to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, Henry's like a shark right now. He smells blood in the water. He knows that Cole just gave him a gift, and he has no plans to not take advantage of this. 3 straight run calls, gets down to the 2-minute warning, knows he only needs, 15 yards here, 10, 15 yards to potentially end this game. And you see the disgust on Cole's face, shaking his head. He knows that was a monumental mistake. Playing perfect, all these different formations, and then just one bad read could cost him.
2nd and 9 over the middle. That might be the break that Cole needs, though. An airmail on that pass. Clock stops. 3rd and 9. Ty could be 3rd in the ball game.
This is it right here. This is a biggest play of the game so far. For Cole, he wants to shock the world. He wants to pull off one of the biggest upsets we've seen, bringing those safeties down the box. Let's see if he sends a little bit of pressure. I expect it to come off that left side. He's going to send both sides here. Let's see if Henry can make a read.
Let's go.
In trouble. Down goes Brady. Oh, the defense for Cole steps up. Javon Curse in on the sack, the Florida Gator. able to get in the backfield. 4th and 13, and Henry hurries to the line. He wants to go for this one. He wants to go for the gusto. Buck 30 and counting. Play clock down to 6, down to 5, empty backfield for Henry. Does Cole have one more stop in him? Here goes Brady. Pressure coming off the edge, right down the middle. Wide open is Taysom to the first down marker and more, and a wry smile from Cole as that could seal this one. Henry with a clutch 4th down pickup.
Henry is cold-hearted in these clutch moments. Just does not care about you at all. What a clutch dot to potentially ice this game. In the biggest moment, Henry does it again. This kid just, in these moments, he just shows out. Unbelievable. The biggest moment of the game, and you see the smile.
I don't know how. It can just never come easy, bro. I just don't understand. It's never easy. It's never easy. I don't know why. I just sit here and sweat my balls off of again. I don't know. I don't know.
Second timeout taken from Cole. 2nd and 10 for Henry. Give it to Byers. Centers it up. Cole will use his final timeout.
See, Nick, at that point, though, I think you saved that final timeout for the ice kick, right? I mean, I don't know if you even, what's the point of even using it there? Maybe you save it for some ice, but I can't believe Henry pulled this one out.
I had it, man. I really did have it.
He's in field goal safe right here. He's not even trying to block it.
I mean, in fairness, Head, I got news for you. With focus kicker, it doesn't, there aren't a lot of blocks to get through anymore.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what happened to me.
Ball is down, kick is up, and it is good. 2 seconds remain. But with that kick, the #1 player in the world might have sealed himself another shot at his 5th belt.
What a battle. It looks like Henry's going to survive on the edge of his seat. I mean, this was not easy. You'll see if there's a miracle intact here for Cole.
Well, there's 1 second remains. He was able to get down, and we will get one more shot. One chance at a miracle. Ty, you just never know.
Okay, this is actually funny.
You never know. Do we call a little bubblegum action here? Do we try to throw the deep bomb? Henry's going to go 3 deep here.
Final play of semifinal #1 and what has been an amazing, amazing game. What does Cole have up his sleeve? Can he make it interesting? Motion Byers over to the left side, 2 wide to the right side, 1 over to the left side. Elway back to pass on 1st and 10. Pressure picked up for the 2nd, and then it's no longer picked up. And what a ball game. Unfortunately, Cole channeled his inner Pete Carroll with that throw as he was driving to take the lead. And Henry, when you make a mistake against Henry, you pay for it. He is able to escape 24-21 with the win, TD. And for Henry, this was like the 5 shots of espresso in the morning. A wake-up call like we've never seen.
And that's what winners do. That's what champions do. They find a way to get it done when it's not pretty, when you're not playing great, you're playing ugly. But in critical moments, you come up with big plays when you need it. And that's what Henry does to advance to yet again another finals game.
And Ty, I think it's important, especially in these moments when these games are so close, it's important to give tons of credit to Cole. You know, coming in first MCS live final, went through a guy, the talent of Clef the God, and almost took down the best Madden player in the world. Talk about somebody who has earned so much respect from everybody in the Madden community.
Man, my hat's off to Cole. I think all the community, like you said, is hats off to Cole. Like, it is not easy to go toe-to-toe with the top player in our sport. He did just that. I think he had this, like, 3.5 quarters, outplayed Henry. Like, really did. Had a chance to win it, but you saw the inexperience there. Henry's been in these moments 1,000 times now. He comes up with these big plays and these big moments, and that was the difference. But credit to Cole, no doubt. Hats off to Cole, and big shout out to Henry for finding a way to get the job done.
Well, hopefully it will go better for his Chargers this weekend. But let's bring in the man who's now 6-1 in semifinals, going for yet another belt. It is none other than the man who I'm sure is sick of talking to us. It is Henry. Just curious, was that a little more of a wake-up call than you were anticipating here in the semifinals?
I don't know, man. That boy, he tough. I was shook. I don't know what was going on. That was not how I expected that to go.
Yeah, congrats, Henry, man. Yeah, talk me through like the game plan going into this, because I know you had the film on him, and to be honest, he kind of brought out the same stuff that we saw last week, but it was really a struggle for you defensively a little bit.
Yeah, so at first I was going to come out in some different abilities, but I was like, I'm going to just do what got me here. I tried this new defense. It was working at first, and then out of nowhere, everybody started getting blocked, so then I just went back to what I usually run, the wide. And I'm not going to lie, it's players like him that usually give me trouble on offense. Like, I can never predict what he was going to do. It's just always something different, and it just kept catching me off guard, and it's hard for me to play something like that.
I'm just curious, you're one of the guys I always consider one of the more humble players out there, but when you get that interception late in the game and you're looking up at the clock, is that just a situation where you go, I know what I'm going to do and I know I'm going to do it? Like, is that just you feel so comfortable with those late game drives?
Oh, yeah, I love being in that position for sure. As soon as I saw 3 minutes, I knew it was over. Either I win the game right here or I lose the game here. Either way, he's not seeing this ball back in regulation unless it's like some pick six or something. But yeah, I'm willing to die right there. That's just something that I need to do when somebody's playing that well on offense. I wasn't comfortable on defense at all.
Well, Henry, congratulations. Another final and one game away from belt number 5. Enjoy this little bit of a break you got, and we will see you later in the night. What a game it was to kick off day 2 of the Ultimate Wild Card. We'll have some reactions, some highlights, and we'll preview game number 2. It's all coming up after this.
This is Pro Football Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, a.k.a. Primetime, a.k.a. Coach Prime, a.k.a. just Prime. And you're watching the Madden Championship Series. We'll be right back.
You still have one more chance to compete in this year's Ultimate Madden Bowl for a share of the $1 million prize pool. The last chance qualifier takes place January 14th and 15th. You can register now at MaddenChampionship.com or by scanning the QR code shown here. Registration remains open until January 14th.
Let's go, baby!
Come on! Let's go!
Get it! On him! Oh! Oh! Help me! Come on, bro!
It is about that time. Madden 23 Ultimate Madden Bowl, $250,000 top prize.
It is showtime, guys. I cannot wait.
Let's go, baby. Let me do me.
Over the top, he's got him!
Come on.
The guy has everything but a belt.
Am I just the best ever? Am I just the best?
Noah's the two-time belt winner.
The youngest Madden champion ever.
Let's go! Belt me. Come on, bro.
The guy not only is built for this moment, he's gonna make history.
Talk to me.
Well, we were treated to a stellar semifinal number one. Cole fought with every ounce of his beating, but at the end of the day, the number one player in the world is number one for a reason. Henry able to take down Cole 24-21 and make yet another finals. He goes for belt number 5. Let's take a look at some highlights from this first game. Bringing the guys, TD, Clef, User, and Boogs. And User, this game, if anybody out there predicted that this was how the game was going to start, I'm going to call them an absolute liar. There's no way anybody saw how this game went.
Nick, you hit it right on the head. We did not think that Cole was going to be ready for the moment. Even though he told us, he said, look, man, I played in big money poker games. This is nothing to me. And right there, you saw he came out, played great defense, trusted his defense, trusted his eyes, and trusted his user. He made big play after big play right here on the wide curl, just being patient, making the right reads. Cole played a perfect game, nearly perfect. That one mistake cost him in the second half. You got to salute him, Clef. No one thought that he was going to come out here and put on the performance that he put on.
Yeah, Cole came out here and he played about as well as you can ask for. You see right here, going up 14-7, being in that position to get ball back, and being so unorthodox. Like, he didn't make many mistakes in this game. He played a good game. It just sucked. The mistakes he made, they cost him this whole game. I thought he outplayed Henry by a mile. I think if you asked Henry who was the better player in this game, it was Cole. But experience is a real thing. And you can see right here, when the rubber met the road, Henry got aggressive and desperate and made a big-time play, calling man-to-man, sending 5 and shading down to play that in route. And right here, I just don't know where Cole, where was his user going?
I don't know.
Trust yourself, man. Trust what got you there. Dance with the girl who got you there. I think he just got away from what he did late in the game.
A big sigh, a chuckle from Henry, and he was able to take home the victory. And Ty, that's got to be something, for Henry, somebody who's expected to win a lot of these tournaments, getting a scare like that, is that something that can benefit him going into the final?
Yeah, definitely, right? You want to be able to win all different ways, right? Be diverse with how you play. And Henry's been battle-tested now, right? It seems like his confidence is just through the roof in all these semifinals and finals, championship games. So, yeah, you had a feeling like at some point Henry was going to make that play he needed to get the win, and he did it there on that pick, on that interception where he gambled on with the defense.
Well, let's update our viewers of where we stand in the Ultimate Wildcard Tournament, because we've got one spot in the final already filled, and is by none other than the number 1 seed, Henry. We've just got one other spot to fill in this bracket, and it's going to be in our second semifinal, as we're going to have Mr. Football in action, taking on Dez. That should be a really, really fun matchup, as both of those guys showed off the defense in the quarterfinal matchups, only giving up a combined 34 points between the two games. Something's going to have to give, and they can't look ahead too far, as they know that Henry is waiting in the wings. Well, let's do a giveaway. You guys have been waiting out there. I've seen the chat. I've been in there. You guys are awesome. Let's give away, how about Steve Young, 49er legend, one of the players revealed in our playoff program preview, which again, guys, make sure you're tuning into that. We've got Steve Young giveaway, and gentlemen, when we looked at this Steve Young tie, this Steve Young is kind of tough because he's got some of those abilities that everybody's looking for. Hot route master. He's got that fearless you're looking for. This Steve Young could be tough.
Oh, he's a bad man. And you didn't talk about the mobility, too, that we got. I mean, when you look at guys like Brady, Elway, Steve Young has a little bit more of that mobility with a 91 speed, but pretty much has everything you'd want. And I expect him to be one of the most popular quarterbacks in the streets of Madden Ultimate Team right now.
Yeah, and Clef, being able to get that hot route master ability, you're seeing the meta change a little bit. We're seeing hot route master become very popular.
Yeah, it just saves you so much more AP. You got the man meta right now. Nobody likes playing against man. So getting that hot route master, it frees up so much AP for your receivers to not have to put slot apprentice on them or wide receiver apprentice. Now I can put man beat and stuff. I can put short in. I can put route tech. I can put short out. So having that ability, it gives you so much more flexibility on offense to really do what you want to do and be versatile.
Well, the winner of this Twitch giveaway, drumroll please, it is none other than Twitch_God 2019, and it is spelled G-A-W-D, so I think I'm required to say it Twitch_God 2019. Congratulations, you're taking home that Steve Young. Let's take a look at our updated MCS 23 points leaderboard. Dez sitting at the top, Henry, Clef the God, Noah, Wesley, all these players, those MCS points getting to qualify for the Ultimate Madden Bowl. Dez and Henry have locked in the buys in the first round. They will get to sit there for just a little bit longer. Now, somebody who had their eyes locked on day one was none other than David T, who was waiting to see if he was going to find his way into the Madden Bowl. Let's take a look at some footage of the moment that he found out that he would get to compete in the largest tournament of the year.
Okay, LCQ's there for him.
He on the couch with me, unfortunately.
The gulag is waiting for him.
Come on, man! Let's go! Let's go, man! That water bottle.
I mean,
That water bottle. Let's go, man!
King Henry, the 4-time belt winner, but I know there's a lot of people.
Come on, Hen!
They're calling him right now.
Let's go, man!
They're calling him Curry. This man is
Come on, bro.
in the world for a reason. And with that drive to end the game,
Let's go, man!
Semifinals and solidifies David.
Let's go.
Bowl. Tyler Davis. These last two games. Well, we did lose somebody in that clip, and I think it's important that we do take a moment to remember those that were lost. That water bottle, such a young water bottle. You just hate to see some taken away. And I'm just saying, user, I heard you talk about the importance of having water on set. Have you ever treated a water bottle that disrespectfully?
Oh, absolutely. Me being an arrogant Kool-Aid drinker, I despise water. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely won't be drinking no water, man. But, you know, David T right there, congratulations to him, man, you know, to make that moment there, especially when you have to rely on somebody else to get in there. You know, LCQ is a gauntlet, a gulag. Nobody wants to be there. And that was a hell game he had to watch between him and Astro, you know, all the way down to the very end. I know he's excited to finally make that step into being the biggest Madden tournament of the year.
I will never treat you like that. I'm so sorry. By the way, I'm just maybe Clef, you can give David T a call and let him know that we can't have the sensors working that hard in the actual broadcast. That was far too much work for our editors back there. But let's talk about our game that's coming up. Mr. Football taking on Dez, our second semifinal, and Clef. Dez coming off of a belt win, now in that no longer being the hunter, being the hunted. How much pressure is on Dez here in the semifinal?
There's no pressure on Dez. He has his belt. You know, and nobody thought he was going to be here. He took the MCS by storm. He's not the Henry where he has this pressure, or, you know, he doesn't have, it's not Wesley. You know, he has his belt. He got his belt without having that type of pressure on him. You know, and right now, let's just be honest. Dez is the best player in the world today. He hasn't stated that. His performance versus KCP was brilliant. You know, it was domination. That was the one game we saw this tournament where the opponent was just clearly better than the person they played against. And if you look at Dez, we saw how, you know, Cole Boats just played defense. Well, Dez started that, sending 5 out of dollar, mixing in man, mixing in zone. This kid right now, he's special. He's special. And the way he runs offense, he has set the meta of the audibling.
Yeah, and user, before his quarterfinal game, you were talking about how good Mr. Football is as maybe a dark horse that could make a deep run. And in his game against Kobo, boy, how dominant was he defensively, really shutting down everything
Mr.
that Kobo
Football,
wanted to do.
he's like Two-Face. You know, you never know what side you're going to get with him. He can come out there and be very dominant, play precise, no mistakes. But then he has that side that is very scary. He can be very lackadaisical with the ball, making a bunch of turnovers. And you be like, who is this guy? You think you can put the money on him, and next thing you know, he's out there like TCU. You're like, I did not expect this. And right now, I don't know what 88 we're going to get. I'm hoping we're going to get the one that's precise, because he's going to have to be precise to beat Dez tonight, because Dez is on a whole nother level, like Clef said. But 88, he can compete. He's right there with him if we get the good side that's smart, that does not turn the ball over. The thing about 88, usually once he starts turning the ball over, it goes like an avalanche. And we've casted so many of his games where he's getting blowed out like 88 just quick, and he won't do it. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he doesn't turn the ball over early, and we can see the 88 that we've known to see last week versus Cobo and put on a great win.
You know, we got to catch up with Mr. Football before this day 2 and ask him a little bit about what it's like going up against a player like Dez.
Seeing Dez win his first one was almost like a surreal moment for me. It was kind of like, because I've been playing with Dez, like I've seen him like kind of grow in like his Madden career. I remember playing him a lot in Madden 20 when he wasn't old enough to compete, then Madden 21. But I know last year in Madden 22, I played him in the Thanksgiving tournament last year. And I mean, he's just gotten better. Like every tournament he plays in, it's like he's getting better each one. So it kind of like gives me the confidence, like I can make that improvement too.
Well, let's talk predictions as we go to our second semifinal. Ty, I'm going to start with you. Who do you have winning this game between Dez and Mr. Football?
Yeah, this is a great matchup. I think the whole world, everyone's just sleeping on Mr. Football, and he's quietly been one of the most consistent players these last few years. He really is looking to make that jump, make that leap into one of the top dogs. But I'd be lying to you guys if I picked Mr. Football, because I really want to see 1 versus 2. I want to see Henry versus Dez in the ship. That's what I need. I think the world needs that. I'm going with Dez, but I think it's going to be a really close battle.
User, can Mr. Football make that step and get to an MCS final, or will we get that 1 versus 2 matchup?
Listen, man, ain't nobody worried about the rank is 1 versus 2. I want to see one of the best players. Dez is one of the best players, but I believe 88. This could be upset city. It's something churning in my gut. Now, don't get me wrong. I did just get something to eat. I ain't ate all day. My stomach was growling. But right now, my gut is saying 88 is looking to upset. If he comes out here and plays his game, does not turn the ball over, I like his chances to beat him. I know no one's going to pick him. No one's going to pick 88 because 88, listen, he rides with my Carolina Panthers. I like the guy. Just like Dez has been scratching and clawing, 88 has been scratching and clawing. He deserves to be here. We've been watching him take step by step. Now it's time for him to take the next step.
Clef, who you got winning this second semifinal and facing Henry in the finals?
Well, first off, I want to say, User he didn't even give y'all a pick. He just played both sides. So
how? I said I'm right with 88.
He gassed up Dez, then he go to 88. He didn't choose.
I had to pat him on the back.
Yeah,
I had to pat him on the back before I cut him underneath. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he going to be good either way. Nick, I'm mad you let him slide like that. But me personally, I think 88 win was more about Cobo. I thought Cobo just laid down. I thought it was more about he didn't play a good game. You know, you play against people sometimes, you don't think you made them play Madden. Cobo didn't make 88 play Madden. I think coming out here, Dez is going to make him play Madden. We're going to get the best 2 players in the world right now. We're going to get Dez versus Henry. Give me Dez.
I think one day you're going to have to start putting respect on some players. Some players you just don't give respect. And 88 is one of them. Cole is another one. The list goes on, man.
All I can do is call it how I see it.
Nah,
That's
man.
all I'm doing.
88 earned his spot. Cobo didn't fold.
He didn't. No. He earned his spot, but he didn't play Madden. He didn't play Madden. Sometimes you don't make a player play Madden. It ain't against 88.
Okay.
It's Cobo's fault.
88, show him what it is. Show him what it is.
He 88. I'm Dez. Let's just get the picks out there.
Well, we will find out in just about 20 minutes of game time. We'll catch up with the Orlando guys at halftime, but it's time to get to semifinal number 2 as we find out who will face Henry in the finals, the ultimate wild card. Let's take a look at our tail of the tape. Very evenly matched up, but Ty, you look at those 23 earnings. Dez up over $100,000 and a belt in that Ultimate Thanksgiving tournament.
Dez already over 100K earnings. Wow, unbelievable. Mr. Football, like we talked about, quietly rising. He's one of the most consistent players, right? In his first Final Four in a major, can he get over the hump, get to a championship game? Dez, of course, looking to go back-to-back, the youngest MCS champion ever.
It's time to kick things off as we get semifinal number 2 rocking and rolling. Shout out to everybody watching on the Madden NFL, Twitch, and YouTube. Dez and Mr. Football facing off for a spot in the Ultimate Wildcard Final. As the kick is away, it's taken up to right around the 20-yard line, and that's where we will start things off with Dez's offense, the youngest player in the Ultimate Wildcard Field of 8, his second MCS major appearance, and it's always good when you're 17 years old, you're the youngest player in the field, Ty, and you're 1 for 1 in MCS appearances and belt wins.
Yeah, unbelievable. Young Peyton Tuma, only 17 years old, Newport Beach, California, repping that top dog Madden crew as some of the best players in the world. A very confident young man, too. He believes he is the best player in the world. He wants to go toe-to-toe with Henry. We'll see if he can get the job here done against Mr. Football.
He's got a stacked team, but talk about one player to watch. It's at the quarterback position, not using that Tom Brady. He's rocking John Elway.
Yeah, actually made the switch. So we've seen a lot of Tom Brady as the new meta, but Dez is the guy that switched back to John Elway with that hot route master and set feet lead ability. So we'll see if we see any difference from last week. I don't expect too much, though. Obviously, both those guys are great quarterbacks in Madden Ultimate Team.
Let's get this semi-final underway. Dez and Mr. Football. I have a feeling, TD, we're going to see some defense out here. It's a question of who's going to break first.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. These guys really evenly matched, and football has been playing so great. Looked phenomenal, especially in the first half against Cobo. A little bit of a meltdown in that later on in that game against Cobo, but still really dominated throughout 3 quarters. Best I've seen him play in a while. And of course, Dez, I mean, this kid is on a run right now. He's trying to get to that Henry level, right? Second best player in the world. So these two guys going at it. Chat, I need to know. Give me a 1 in the chat if you're rocking with Mr. Football. Give me a 2 in the chat if you're rocking with Dez. Nick, here we go.
First play of the game. As Dez works on offense, stacked to the left side, too wide to the right side. He's going to hand the ball off to who else but Keith Byers up the middle, picks up 3.
And Dez, of course, rocking that New Orleans Saints offensive playbook, and he is one of the masters of the audible around, meta offense that we've seen this year. So you're going to see him come out in things like tight offset. You're going to see him come out in things like bunch. But he's going to audible around to both of those, as well as a formation like stack Y flex, which has kind of been one of his bread and butter. So he's going to switch it up in all these different formations.
2nd and 6, back to the ground game goes Dez, and he'll pick up a first down this time. Great blocking up front. He'll get 10, and Dez already moving the ball.
And I think that right there is actually a key to the game, right? That 0-1 trap out of tight, because Mr. Football 88 loves to stay in that 3-3 loop defense where the defensive line is really spread out, as we see it. Oh, never mind. I thought we were going to say we see a nice laser, but never mind. But one of the keys to the game is football spreading out that 3-3 loop defense. The middle is open. Let's see if Dez, who will run the ball a good bit, goes to that 0-1 trap and things like inside zone to pound it up the middle.
2nd and 10, bunch to the right side. Quick snap here from Dez as he steps up, throws over the middle. Not a whole lot of room to fit that one in, and that one will fall incomplete. Set up a 3rd and 10, and Dez will use his first timeout.
And there's those KO abilities on 88's defense. 5 knockout abilities on that defense, along to go with 4 pick artists. So he's prepared for this high-powered Dez passing attack.
3rd down and 10. Oh, over the middle. Good user from Dez, bad user from Football. I don't know what happened there, but it's a first down from Plaxico Burst.
Very scary read. Let's see if Dez goes back to the 0-1 trap here versus this 3-3 formation. Football's ready for it, though. Moves his user over, and Dez is going to audible out of it. So we have a real chess match going on right now between these two.
Now we're looking right side. He'll complete that one underneath. Like CD Lamb will get 9.
Dez, of course, with those, he has 4 short and elite abilities at the tight end and receiver position.
As there's Plaxico Burris, the Michigan State Spartan, to the 36-yard line, and another first down for Dez. So he's used a lot of this first quarter clock and keeps the drive moving. Back to the air, pressure, down goes Elway. Lawrence Taylor in there on the sack, the Giant legend with a giant play.
And there's that loop defense coming through off that right edge. So you see 88. He brings over that outside linebacker every play on that right side. We'll see how Dez can pick it up. This time goes with the quick wheel. On the previous play, though, it looked like he might have had the corner out deep down that left sideline, but just not enough time with Lawrence Taylor coming through. So how can Dez manage to pick up this loop defense off that right edge?
And 14. Elway left side, finding Plax. Down to the 32-yard line, he'll get 8 back, 4th and 6, and decision time for Dez.
And you see that threat detector ability for Dez lighten up right there. So 3rd and 4th down, he's able to realize who's blitzing. So you see that left slot DB is going to be blitzing here because of that Joe Thomas threat detector ability. Can realize that. Does he take advantage of it? He did on the previous play.
4th down. Over the middle, he's wide open. It's 1st down and more. Plaxico inside the 5. Plaxico to the goal line. First touchdown of this semifinal game goes the way of the defending belt winner, Dez.
And that's why he's the #2 player in the world. What an opening drive. Dots after dots. Slows the game down. That's the thing about Dez. He's a thinker.
Let's see you on
He's
offense.
not trying to do too much. He slows the game down. He makes the right reads, audibles to the right play. Throws a nice laser on the post route. Big time touchdown for Dez.
Kick is away, 7-0 lead. Couldn't ask for basically a better drive from Dez as he uses a bunch of clock. And he put 7 on the board. It'll be Mr. Football. It's time to go on offense. Let's get to know John Britt a little better. 23 years old, Oregon Duck. He has clinched an Ultimate Madden Bowl berth. His first career Final Four appearance in tie. He's looking to make the next step in his Madden career.
Yeah, he's looking to take that next step. His first ever Final Four appearance here, repping Eugene, Oregon. Of course, we've seen him in level next. We've seen him in a few MCS majors, trying to take that next step and become one of the top guys in the sport.
He's going to have his hands full looking to find 81. Megatron on the outside, TD. You're going to see Calvin Johnson on defense and on offense in these games.
Yeah, Calvin's an absolute weapon. And the interesting thing that I want to point out is he's actually using route tech on Calvin Johnson, which we haven't seen too much of in these events. We've seen a lot of short in elite, short out in elite abilities, but he's rocking that route tech with Calvin Johnson.
7-0 your score. As we can see football on offense for the first time. Handoff to Byers, and he'll get 7 on the ground. He almost housed that one. There was nobody to stop him from that last tackle.
Yeah, and we saw him have a lot of success with that inside zone last week. He broke a big one for a touchdown. I like him incorporating that, staying balanced on the offensive side.
2nd and 3 left side, tough throw and coverage. And you saw that ability to light up, Ty, these KO abilities on defense. If you're new to Madden Ultimate Team, you've got to equip some of them.
Absolutely massive. Dez has 4 of them back there along with 3 pick artists. And you saw him light up right on that play. And I already have an interesting 4th and inches. So big play here. And Dez already using his 2nd timeout. Going to get in the right defense. I like it, right? First half, it's okay to use those timeouts because he knows this is a massive play if he can somehow get a stop on 4th and inches.
4th and short. Can Dez get off the field defensively? Steps back over the middle. 88 finds a wide open Plaxico Burris to the 47-yard line. The drive continues on the other side of midfield.
Great patience right there from 88. Looks like he's rocking some type of blanket hoodie, too. I mean, look at this. What kind of swag?
I was going to point out, is his room cleaner? Did he clean things up for the Final Four? Because the check was there last time, but it was sort of vertical. There was some more stuff. I think Mr. Football is prepping for a final.
Yeah, room's cleaned up. You can see the check. Nice, looking good behind his chair. And then, I don't know about the blanket hoodie, though. I don't know if this is swag or what this is. I know it's definitely being comfortable, so I can get down with that. But Football 88 with a huge dot right there on 4th down, starting to get this drive going a little bit.
We'll go to the 2nd quarter. Dez with the 7-0 lead. Football with the ball, though. I didn't know, Chad. What do you call him? Do you call him Mr. Football? Do you call him Football? Do you call him 88? You call him Mr. Football 88? I feel like he's one of those guys that has about 85 monikers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I like 88. I feel like that's kind of cool.
In trouble. Throw this one away, and he's going to have to pick up another 4th down, 4th and a yard for Mr. Football.
And you see Mr. Football, he's in this Indianapolis Colts offensive playbook, bunch to tight weak. And he's been trying to go to this corner out a bunch of times, but Dez has the answer for it. Kind of had that deep third out there to bag that corner out. Nothing open. Football forced to throw it away.
4th and a yard. In the bunch, now Hall. Motion to tight slots. He's got Elway out there with Byers. He'll give it to Byers. Running the ball on 4th and short. And he's got blocking, and he's got green grass. And guess what? He's got 6.
Oh, that's me. What a run right there from Mr. Football. You see him go fast, slow it down, go fast again. A little bit of stick work, and he takes it for a touchdown. I thought that was going to be additional a 2-3 yard run to get the first, and then he slows it down a little bit and follows his block, takes it to the end zone, and Mr. Blanket Hoodie ties the game up.
Seven apiece. As Dez will take this ball up to the 22-yard line one more time. Simple run play. The blocking was exquisite.
And you see that just slows it down just enough right there to get that last block and takes it all the way to the crib. And there it is, the Blanket Hoodie in the flex.
1st and 10. Taysom Hill's going to make that catch. Sort of looked questionable there as he went to the ground, but they'll give him the catch. They'll pick up 7.
And the cool thing when Dez goes to this stack Y flex, he has a few different plays. That time went to PA Reed, has that underneath zig route, goes right back to the same play here. Might have B, and he does. Crossing route.
D. Lamb to the 49-yard line.
So that's the thing about Dez, right? You would think he's maybe one-dimensional when he goes to the stack, but he's not. He has the wheel route play to the left side, but he also has that PA Reed play with some crossing routes, the underneath dig, and he can also go to the inside zone.
I didn't mean to run commit. Oh,
1st and 10. Oh, that looked like a run commit. And Herman Moore has nothing but green grass in front of him. Walk into the end zone at a leisurely pace. You Lions legend, Dez with the score.
Cannot make those mistakes versus the defending champ. Dez is dialed in. He's locked in. He's going to take advantage of that every single time.
All right, stop the run, bro. Stop the run. Stop the fucking run.
14-7. Dez with the lead. As he'll go back on defense one more time. Everybody came out to stop the run. Unfortunately, it was a pass play.
Yeah, accidental run commit right there from 88. Mistake you cannot make in this type of game. And Dez is going to take advantage of that. Herman Moore over the top.
2 on the ground there for Mr. Football. Bunch to the right side. He'll split one off that right side as Elway back to pass. Pressure picked up nicely, but nobody open downfield.
Yeah, and something I want our viewers to check out here is the adjustments that Dez makes. I think he's one of the best defensive players in the world. And you'll see him here. He runs a lot of just cover 2 shell, adjusts his cloud flats, maybe 25, 30 yards. But then he mans up pretty much all his defenders. And he does it very quickly. He has great stick work. He mans up a lot of the safeties, the linebackers onto different receivers. He has some of the best adjustments you will see, and that's why it pays off for him. And already, once again, puts football in a tough situation, 4th and 3.
4th down and 3. Back to the bunch goes Mr. Football. As he needs 3 yards to keep the drive alive. Underneath, it's caught, but I'm not sure he got there. They're going to say the forward progress got on the 1st down.
They gave it to him? I'm shocked. I think Mr. Football can't believe he got that. You hear Dez say commit to it, and he's telling himself, I need my user. I need to be confident in my user. I need to commit to that from the beginning. We take a look at the replay here. By the thread. I mean, that's short to me. I don't know, chat. That looks a little bit short. I think they gave him the forward progress initially, but wow.
We're gonna need the index card out there. Measuring sticks and the index card. Let's bring in Bugs. Bugs, what a wild momentum-changing play as Football keeps the drive alive.
Oh yeah, that was a crazy play right there, Nick. It definitely looked like he did not get the 1st down. And honestly, I think a stop is coming. It's imminent. It's just coming because right now, when you see what's happening in this game, Dez is really doing a good job of just kind of keeping 88 off balance. 88 doesn't really want to pass against this dollar defense because Dez really has the best dollar in the world right now. So he's sending a lot of pressure. If I was Dez, I wouldn't pass commit because that's how he allowed 88's first touchdown. I wouldn't pass commit unless it's fourth and a guaranteed pass.
There goes Byers. Byers right down Main Street. And like the Red Sea parted for Mr. Football. Oregon stand up for the Duck graduate. It's a touchdown for football.
And I swear, 88 might have the best inside zone in the country. It feels like every time this guy mixes in the inside zone, he's breaking off a big run. That we saw it last week, and that's already 2 in this game. Dez having a difficult time in that dollar defense to defend this run game. 88's taking advantage.
Yeah, he's struggling right now, Ty. He's struggling to stop these runs. The runs are just effective. That's why I said do not pass commit. Didn't look like he pass committed there. His guys didn't look like they were running too slow on that play. But once again, we see 88 is willing to run the ball. If you're going to run these defenses, he's going to run the ball.
Keith Byers taking the expeditious route to the end zone, and we're all square here in our second semifinal.
Yeah, Dez looks a little shocked there because, to be fair, Dez's user was kind of there, and then Byers was just like, hey, get off me, son, and takes it to the house.
Under 2 to go here in the first half. Oh, and he misses the corner route. That one, Elway sailed.
Yeah, you see 88 already trying to switch it up a little bit here. Got out of that 3-3 defense. Looks like that time went to nickel over. Now this time he goes to dollar. So 88's pretty much bringing out the whole defensive playbook here, trying to make something happen.
2nd and 10. Now find Blacksville burst. I'll tell you this. I don't think you can pick it up. But one downside of the studio being in the garage, TD, is you can hear when your wife's bringing in the trash cans from outside. It sounds like an earthquake going on outside the studio doors. There goes Herman Moore. Herman Moore saying, Nick, stop talking about your trash cans and get to the end zone. Touchdown for Dez.
We got earthquakes in Nick's basement. We got.
I ain't gonna lie, that was hot. That was hot. Don't even
We got
lie.
a big time earthquake play here for Dez. Explosive. And he's saying that's hot. Sideline pass, high ball, takes it to the house. And 88 is real. I mean, both these guys, we thought this would be more of a little bit of a defensive game. But both these guys cannot get a defensive stop right now.
He's just running the ball. Don't you stop running again.
Honestly, my biggest question was she was moving the trash cans. Who's watching the child? Help? Babysitter help? Elway looks left side. It's Herman Moore. And Woodson misses that tackle. You can forget about it.
Yeah, great precision right there. Pass leads that outside, clicks on, user catch, and takes it to the Krabowski.
Herman Moore, 6'4", 210, out of the University of Virginia. There's nothing on the ground for Byers. 9 carries, 109, and 2 touchdowns. It's a good stat line.
Yeah, and Dez definitely, when football is forced to drop back and pass, Dez feels great, right? Because a lot of the reads have been a little bit risky. He's gotten him into some tough 4th downs. If Dez can just find a way to buckle down this inside zone, he's going to put himself in a good spot.
Underneath, finding Byers again. Listen, this is the Keith Byers show for Mr. Football, using him in the running game and finding him underneath back-to-back completions.
Yeah, going to a lot of verticals out of gun bunch, checking it down to that running back in route. This time looks like he's going to go to flood out of the gun tight weak formation. Watch these dual corner routes.
1st and 10, users Hendricks over the middle, throw this one away.
Wow, and he had Taysom Hill there on a corner route, but he got absolutely demolished at the line of scrimmage. Didn't even end up going on his route, so pretty much a broken play for Football 88.
Not much right side, 3rd and 7. This is a big play for Mr. Football. He wants to at least get some points on this drive to keep pace.
See what he goes to here. Might go verticals, short side.
Looking right side, he gets Byers. His best receiver so far has been the former Buckeye, Keith Byers. Paid on 1st down and using that final timeout.
And he does go vertical short side there to get away from Dez's user. And that halfback in route has been his main weapon. It's been inside zone and this halfback in route out of verticals. And I think if you're Dez, you're okay with that, giving that up though, because now you force him to use his final timeout.
Byers 6'1", 245 as he gets it once again. And for somebody who played fullback for the most part, especially in college, Ty, Byers is quick. He's got some breakaway speed from the line.
Yeah, he's an absolute beast in this game, especially in Madden Ultimate Team here in Madden 23. And now that's a big run there. For football, it needs to be careful here. I'd expect Dez to send all-out pressure and leave the middle of the field wide open. So if you're football, you cannot take a sack here. You can't run inside zone. Got to be very careful. Can't leave points off the board.
2nd and 10. I'll throw this one away. Just trying to use some of that clock before he kicks his field goal. A reminder, guys, you're out there, you're tweeting. We see you on social media. We appreciate everybody who's out there sharing the love of what has been a great night so far. We still got to hand out a belt, but a reminder, guys, make sure you're using that hashtag Ultimate Wildcard out there. Let's get Ultimate Wildcard trending as the kick is up. It is good. 21-17 your score. Ty, love seeing so many people, whether it's in the watch parties, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Twitch, whether it's just tweeting out there. It's awesome to see the community not just come together, but see so many new people joining the Madden community and watching what is some high-level competitive Madden.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Make sure you guys are using that hashtag Ultimate Wildcard on Twitter. Shout out to everyone going through, having watch parties right now, showing love to the community. Everyone rocking with us in the chat on Twitch and YouTube. And Nick, what a game we have. We're going to go into halftime here. 88 will get the ball to start the second half. So that was massive that he was able to get 3, but this game completely wide open as we head into the second half.
21-17, it will be Mr. Football with the ball to start the second half, and he will start at the 25-yard line. Different feel of game from our first semifinal, much more methodical, a little more careful. We've seen some running, we've seen some passing, and we still got 10 minutes to go. The defending belt winner, Dez, up 21-17 over Mr. Football with 10 minutes to go in our second semifinal. Well, the weather must be nice in Orlando because, you know, there's only one way our guys will arrive to the studio, or should I say the studio. There they are. Look at the Scooter Patrol rolling in from Orlando. User, Bugs, Clef, take it away.
Hey, man, the Scooter gang is crazy. Clef was supposed to show up in the Scooter. He said he didn't get the memo. But as you see right there, man, oh, my goodness. Who is that? Who is that?
I know, I'm looking fly.
No. I'm talking about the brother in the front. Crazy. Where's GQ at when you need him? Clef, you looking sharp right there, Bugs. Bugs with the backpack. Where you going, son?
School.
I'm coming to work. I come to work with stuff. I come to work with all my utensils and everything I need for the day, man. What you mean?
I got to get to it. Y'all, listen, y'all stepped up and had to put pressure on the community for years, but y'all boys stepping up, you know what I'm saying? You ain't quite there yet, but you're stepping it up. I got to get it to you.
We got years to catch up, though. You've been doing this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, listen.
You ain't been a Madden player since 2001.
It's been a while.
That's crazy.
It's been a while.
That's crazy.
You've been thinking about that fit.
But listen, the way y'all performing, I ain't worried. Y'all going to be here right beside me, man. Listen, we had a phenomenal first half. I'm going to be honest. This isn't the 88 that I was looking to see out here run committing. It seems like he's very scared to play Dez's dollar. And if I can, I would like to retract my pick. Even though he gets the ball at half, I just don't like what I'm seeing. Sometimes in these situations, these big moments, to win these games, you can't be afraid. You got to let them hang. Like, if you're going to get beat, you're going to get beat. Throw your dots, because eventually Dez is going to tighten up on that run, and it's going to be a long day. And I feel like if you play scared the first half and you're not throwing the ball, it's going to take you a while to actually get used to those defensive judgments, and it'll be too late. You'll already be in that cage.
Yeah. Go ahead, you got it.
I think that, you're definitely right, but I just don't want you to try to retract anything. Have the courage of your convictions, stand 10 toes down, and own what you said. You know what I'm saying?
Chin up, chest up.
But I do agree, like, right now, the way the game is developing, it's looking like Dez is the better player. 88 is playing a solid game. Just because he's running, I know we don't put that much respect on the run. You can hear in the background Dez saying, he's just running the ball. He just keeps running the ball. That's all he's doing. It doesn't matter. Dez is going to have to figure it out. Maybe he starts switching up his crashes. I don't know what crashes he's doing. Maybe he needs to crash down on his defense. Or maybe he just has to get out of the dollar, which I doubt he's going to do. But he definitely can't pass commit.
And Clef, man, as we see some of these tapes from the first half, Dez came out here and he's just playing this game.
Yeah, Dez played a good first half. Just giving up. When you give up runs, though, this is deflating right here. You pass commit, you just give somebody a free 7. You can see these guys running slow. They have no chance to catch up. It's deflating because you feel like I said pregame, this guy isn't playing Madden. Right now, Dez hasn't made 88 really play Madden. Right here, catastrophic mistake by 88. You never want to give somebody free points by run committing, especially in that situation. There's no reason to run commit. It's not 4th and short, nothing like that. So
could you say it's nerves?
Nerves, no. I would say this. In these MCS games, it's hard to know when you run commit because that button is right there.
Your fingers are flying.
Your fingers flying. You're not really thinking.
And that's usually why we double check with the pass commit, right?
Yeah, sometimes you need to double check, triple check, but you don't really think about it until you run commit and you're like, oh my goodness, I make sure that I never do this again. You know, so I think it's just very uncharacteristic. It's a very uncharacteristic mistakes. I think it's just from fingers flying though.
And Bugs, obviously this half, Dez has played a phenomenal game. Even though 88 gets the ball right now, what do you think is going to separate the winner in this matchup with it being such a close matchup?
I think what's going to separate is the guy that can get the stop. Neither one of these guys have gotten a stop. Dez has looked a little bit better defensively than 88 so far, but neither one of these guys have gotten a stop yet. So which guy can get a stop? Dez is in the power position because he is up 4, and so he can come out. He's playing better defense, so maybe he can come out and get a stop and then make some things happen. So it's really going to just depend on who can make the defensive adjustments to really get it done.
Clef, last thing before we step off and we finish this second half. When you look at Dez's defense, do you feel like 88 is putting himself really in the best position running the ball versus Dez?
No, I don't, because he has no rhythm passing. When you keep running the ball, you take yourself out of passing rhythm. It's going to come a point in this game where he's going to have to pass the ball. Like, an elite player just not going to let you sit up here and run inside zone split. And I feel like he really don't have a feel for what Dez is doing on defense right now because he hasn't seen much. You know, usually you get into the game in the second half, you've seen so much adjustment, you get tendencies on somebody. He doesn't have any tendencies right now. So I think he's really taking himself out of rhythm because you keep getting these threes, you know, Dez keep getting 7s, you behind the 8 ball.
You hit it right on the head. Nick and Ty, listen, we got a phenomenal second half coming up. We get ready to see who's going to match up in the Wild Card Championship. Will it be 88 or will it be Dez? Back to you guys.
It's time to take a look at the latest MCS 23 Power Rankings powered by Ram Trucks. Here's where the 12 Madden Bowl competitors following the Ultimate Wildcard qualifier stand. See guys like Henry, Dez, Clef the God, and Noah up top. David T at 39 in the power rankings, but he's made the top 12 in points. D. Croft, Cole, Jack, Oregon, Mr. Football, Kobo, Gucci. I mean, listen, this Ultimate Madden Bowl field is absolutely stacked. It's time now for another MUT item giveaway. That's right, folks. If you've been hanging out with us, you're entered in these giveaways. I'm gonna give away that 96 overall champion Champ Bailey for the playoff program. I know a lot of you were wondering what might be the best card out there. It might be this Champ Bailey. The winner of this Champ Bailey is none other than 40 Billy. 40 Billy, congratulations. You're taking home a free Champ Bailey. That's gonna shore up your defense for sure. Let's get back to gameplay. Tyler Davis, 21-17, and the scoreboard may not be even, but this was about as even of a first half, especially that we've seen tonight, but maybe we've seen the entirety of the MCS season.
Yeah, it's been really even, but a lot of adjustments need to be made in this second half. And first of all, as you see, Byers again.
There goes Byers. Up past the 40 to the 38-yard line, 12 carries, 163 yards. And I know those people out there who pride themselves on the run game. I know you're looking at the hat count out there, and you just love seeing these boys block for Keith Byers.
I was just going to say, Dez has got to figure out how to slow this running game down, because in a Final Four game like this, to go to the championship, you cannot let your opponent just run for 200-plus yards. Like, this is unbelievable. I don't think we've seen this all year in the run game. Dez has got to figure a way to shut this down. Football obviously has struggled in the passing game, but why is he? This is what I don't understand. Why is he going back-to-back passes here? He just broke another 40-yard run. Go continue with the run game.
21-17. You wonder if it's just one of those keep hitting it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Down by 4, back to the ground game. It's Byers, breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackle, breaks everybody's hearts, gets it to a 4th and 1, and he'll hurry back to the line.
And he goes to it on 3rd and 10. Maybe thinking that Dez would pass commit, puts himself now in a manageable 4th and 1. Does he go to the inside zone here out of tight? We'll see if Dez has run D. Might go to the passing attack.
He is going to go to the air.
Commit.
It's a run commit, and Calvin Johnson has the easiest touchdown of both his NFL and Madden career. Into the end zone and into the lead goes Mr. Football.
What a battle between these two. And like we saw earlier, 88 accidentally ran commit. This time, Dez ran commit on purpose because he knows he's seen 88 go to that inside zone out of tight multiple times. He's been so successful in the run game, and Dez gave up the easy touchdown.
Can Mr. Football find that one stop he's asking for? 24-21. The Eugene, Oregon native takes the lead one more time. Ty, I'm just saying, I think even I can make that read.
Yeah, it's one of the easiest reads 88 will make all day, and his passing game struggled. So that'll get your completion percentage up right there on the easy free run commit touchdown.
Oh, dangerous throw. That one almost jumped, but it's caught by CeeDee Lamb, and it's a first down for Dez. Like Bon Jovi said, he's living on a prayer.
He really is. Very scary read right there. Goes to the stag Y flex, goes to PA read, tries to hit the quick slant. Oh, man.
Herman Moore. He's in open space to the 25-20, 15, 10, 5, down inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. And just like that, Dez is knocking on touchdown's door.
Getting sticky with it. Dez has looked unstoppable with his passing attack. I mean, I think he's 12 for 16, 300-plus passing yards now. And Herman Moore has been getting busy all day long.
Well, it's been fireworks here to kick off the second half.
Look for that jet sweep here. Dez loves this in the red zone.
Single back formation. Here comes the jet sweep. It's a handoff to Tony G, who gave Henry his belt last year. He picks up 3 on the ground for Dez.
We'll see if maybe he goes right back to it. I mean, whole playbook's open at the 1. Does he go a little goal line? Looks like he might. I think he's going to audible down here from the stack Y flex. So I expect this to be some type of run, but he subbed in some more tight ends in there, so look for him to audible down to a run formation.
This is going to be like taking 2 Big Macs and slamming them together. Pure beef on beef right now. Hand off to the fullback. It's the Fridge Perry. And the Fridge got unplugged there. Nowhere to go.
See if he goes down to the same play. Might go inside zone. You see the Fridge there at halfback. Look for the quick base.
3rd and goal. It's the Fridge again. The Fridge stopped in the backfield. 4th and goal for Dez as he tries. Let's see what he does. Does he go for the field goal to tie it up, or does he go for the touchdown to take the lead?
88 standing up for himself on the goal line. Here we go, Mazesco. This is absolutely massive for both guys. Dez is going to go for glory.
Two wide on the left side, one to the right side. Byers in at halfback on the right hip of John Elway. Taysom Hill, the lone tight end, left side of the formation. Play clock down to 3, down to 2, down to 1. Wow. And he will take the delay of game, and it looks like Dez is going to settle for the field goal. Special teams comes out. Let's bring in User. User, it looked like it was destined for a touchdown for Dez, but how about the defense for Mr. Football as we had a tie game?
And that was a huge tackle. The boys sitting back here talking about. That's one thing we was debating, like, do you kick the 3 or do you go for it? I felt like he should have kicked the 3. I think Boogs was like, nah, you got to go for it, right?
No, it was Clef that was saying that he should go for it.
Yeah.
I was saying kick the 3. It's 2 minutes left. I think you kick the 3 here. He can't really clock you out. You're just going to have to play some defense. Best case scenario, since you haven't gotten a stop, you holding the 3, and then, you have the game in your hands.
Even though he's down at the 2, I like the smart decision. Just take the delay of game, kick the 3, because you'll be kicking yourself going back like, man, I should have took my points if you don't get it right there.
First down and 10 for Mr. Football, all tied up with 1:30 to go. Didn't expect anything less. Nick Mazesco, Tyler Davis along with you. We got one great user, and Boogs also on there. Clef the God is probably at the snack table somewhere. 3 people in that studio. It's gotta be tough. Are you guys? I mean, I know Clef's your guy, but like, did you have to outdress him that badly?
No. We didn't outdress her. That's crazy, Nick.
Are you sure?
You know what I'm saying?
You sure?
Listen,
I've seen Twitter.
That's crazy.
See, this is what you're not going to do. You're not going to come at the
Okay.
Scooter Brothers. You know what I'm saying? The next time you're on camera, I need you to stand up.
Ain't no way
Because I don't even
we
believe you got on pants, sir. You understand?
With a press-on beard, cap at our guy like that. This is crazy.
I'm just making some adjustments to the Mudhead schedule right now as you keep talking. That's fine.
Oh man, that's crazy.
That's cool.
I always try to take
Ty, you
food off
busy?
the
You
man's
busy the
table.
next couple months?
Nope, I'm not busy. Sign me up.
Oh, and look at Ty. Always been a
Over the
vulture, and
top,
that's a
does he have
bomb.
him? CD Lamb
bro, I see
down
everything
inside
you
the
do.
20 to
See
the
everything you do.
18-yard line, and that should take us to the fourth quarter.
88, he's firing on all cylinders. He's saying, hey, you guys thought I couldn't pass the ball? Take a look at this. Verticals over the top, laser beam, and kind of a change in the second half here. 88 pretty much in complete control now, really playing well on both sides of the ball.
And that's what Cliff was talking about. You know, we need to see him open up and pass because, honestly, he's been the one just running the ball and keeping himself in this cage if he has been in the cage, because we haven't seen Dez really have to deal with his pass offense.
Elway stepping up first and 10. Oh, he finds Plaxico Burress. And that will take us to the fourth quarter. Put your fours up in the chat. All tied up. Wouldn't expect anything but a close ball game here in the semifinal of the Ultimate Wild Card.
Dez goes with the all-out coverage defense. They're only rushing two. 88 had all day. Fires a nice dot.
Hand out to Byers, trying to find some room. This Keith Byers fights for every single yard.
This Keith Byers is a monster. I mean, 180 yards now, just falls forward. And now down to the one. If you're 88, just give it right back to Byers. Punch this in, take the lead. Oh, look, never mind. He's got big 77 in there, Nick.
Second and goal, give it to the big man, but can't find any room. Tackled at the one, nowhere to go, third and goal.
Does Dez have a goal line stand in him like Mr. Football did?
He's gonna pass here on third and goal and looks right side and has a man open. Who else? Megatron with the mega score, and Mr. Football retakes the lead late in this game.
There's that Megatron we talked about in the pregame. Route tech ability, didn't need it there, just high balls the in route. And Dez looked like just left him. Dez was there with his user and just got off of it. Football recognized it. Great patience, throws the dot, takes the lead.
4:12 left. Spot in the finals on the line. What does the defending belt winner have on this drive as we take a look one more time at the play that set it all up? CD over the top.
Yeah, great dot right over the top there. Beats that press coverage. And then here on the touchdown, you see he leaves Peppers. Peppers leaves him, and Megatron wide open back to the end zone. And Mr. Football is fired up.
And he's fired up not just because of how warm he is in that flannel. He throws that one away. Dez needing to get some momentum going. Ty, I can't believe that anybody has a lead in this game because it feels like I've been watching each of these players go down the field and score whenever they want.
Yeah, and it's been different styles, right? 88 obviously has been the run game. Dez has been the passing game. He's over 300 yards. Last drive, though, wasn't great. Let's see if he can get something going here, get the momentum back in his favor.
Now find Herman Moore underneath to the 23-yard line. He'll get a couple. Instead of a massive 3rd and 7.
And I do like that roll combo there from Dez. He goes to verticals, but he has a high-low read with the post route and the drag. But 88 all over that drag, tight window.
No way,
Underneath,
bro.
he's got Plaxico Burress to the 34-yard line, gets 11. Mr. Football can't believe his defense didn't get a stop.
And that's one of Dez's bread and butters. I believe it's the Saint spot shake play, and it has these wheel routes that cut out quick in that tight formation. So if you play press coverage, you play back, you can just check it down quickly to that wheel route in the flat.
Come on, boy.
Oh, good defense on the inside. Mr. Football, I felt like that run defense was personal. He went, I've been running this Keith Byers inside zone all game long. I know how to stop it, too.
Yeah, and it's impressive because you do struggle a lot of times, at least I do, in this nickel 3-3 formation against the run, but 88 has been dialed in with his user against that run game.
Crosser over the middle, good click on. Finding Burress to the 47-yard line, and we are getting close to the 2-minute warning. Ty, has this officially transformed into a guap drive?
Oh, yeah. My two favorite words in competitive Madden, Nick. Guap drive time.
stacked to the left side, too wide to the right side. Taysom Hill motions tight to the formation. As Elway will hand it to Keith Byers, and Keith Byers got the door slammed on him like every date I had in high school. Nowhere to go. We're at the 2-minute warning.
Hey, don't talk down about yourself like that.
That's just factual, my good friend. Just saying, in my high school, the Quiz Bowl and Science Olympiad wasn't exactly the coolest things in my particular school. CeeDee Lamb will pick up 2.
Scary read right there from Dez. Goes to that quick out route. The KO didn't light up there, but now tough 3rd and 8. We'll see what Dez goes to. I'm just so impressed with 88's run defense out of this nickel 3-3, and we saw it once again 2 plays ago. They're going to send pressure off that left side. You see that threat detector lighting up here for Dez.
3rd and 8 from the bunch, goes to tight slots.
Oh, wow.
And we will have a delay of game mistake. Is there a big difference between 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 13 here in Madden?
Yeah, definitely. Especially in this situation, I think that's a tough mistake for Dez to take.
Elway back to pass pressure, right up. That looked like the B gap. Elway gets clobbered. 4th and 13. Dez gonna have to go for it to try to keep his hopes of back-to-back belts alive.
Audible around, gonna go to the tight. Look for a potential post route over the middle here.
Byers on the left hip. Got Hill, Burris, Moore, and a timeout taken by Dez, and that's huge because he's down to 2 timeouts.
Wow, Nick, that is huge. Now Mr. Football knows. You see him. If he gets this stop, he might guarantee himself a spot in the finals. Bad timing for that timeout right there for Dez. This could be your ball game, folks.
Mr. Football's going to take his own timeout. Biggest play of the game, ladies and gentlemen. 31-24, our score. 4th and 13 for Dez at his own 43-yard line. Needs to get to about the 43-yard line on the other side of midfield. Calling out his hot routes. He's got 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. One of those wide on the right side is tight end Taysom Hill. Motion, stays back to block. Up the same, picked up by Mr. Football. Teddy Hendricks with the clutch play. And did Mr. Football, in his first semifinal, just seal himself his first finals appearance?
What a clutch second half performance from Mr. Football. And he knows he is 1 first down away from sealing himself a spot against Henry in our grand championship. Wow. Dez tried to go to the post. Ted Hendricks was all over it, Nick.
Let's bring in User, the clutch defense from Mr. Football. And he has him over the top, and that might seal it. CeeDee Lamb to the 28-yard line.
And you know, Nick, nobody was on the 88 train. It was a lot of goggling in here, the number 1 versus the 2 seed. Even Clef the God. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling Buggs, Clef was putting a lot of gas on Dez. It's a lot different when you done felt them hands personally. Dez personally caught him with that right hand jab. So that's why he was like, Dez the best in the world. He can't be beat. But now, 88 is stepping up for the moment. Ready for this moment, big play, victory formation. That's the best formation in the world, ain't it, Ty?
Oh, yeah. And User, you the one that said it, too. You never know what you're going to get from 88, right? He's very risky. You never know if you're going to get the good, you're going to get the bad. But User, when you get the good 88, boy, he is tough to beat.
And we've seen his progression over the years, man. We've seen him get to this moment, and we've seen him so many times. From level next, he's been scratching and clawing right there. People like Jack Organ knocking him off in the level next tournament. You're thinking maybe 88's done. But as you see, he keeps scratching, keeps clawing, and now here he is in his first MCS championship.
Well, he's got a chance to make history and put a belt on his wall. He will take on Henry in the final after a 31-24 victory over Dez. TD, this game was as close as it gets, but one stop. Mr. Football's defense is what got him here, and his defense is what gets him to the final.
Yeah, 1,000%. I mean, first half, so even, and 88. In that second half, he adjusted, figured out how to slow down this high-powered Dez passing attack. And wow, what a game-winning defensive stand. Gets to lurk with Hendricks on the post route. And here we go. We got our final set. Mr. Football 88 against Henry. It's going to be a classic.
You know, and to get to your first Final Four and to be able to convert that into a final, the amount of pressure that you have to feel in that one, and to know that you're going up against a guy who won a belt last time, Mr. Football looked comfortable out there.
He did, and you can tell he kind of thrives in these high-pressure, big-game moments. And you said it, first Final Four ever, is going to advance to the finals. Obviously has a tall task, a very tall task ahead of him here, but he's got to feel good. He's got to feel confident going into this finals.
And both these guys locked into the Madden Bowl. For Dez, a tough loss, just really what came down to one or two plays that didn't go his way. Didn't ever seem to really be in a great rhythm offensively.
Yeah, and you could tell, too, his body language didn't look like it was always there, right? Usually you kind of see him bobbing, listen to some music a little bit. We didn't really see that, especially in that second half. It felt like, he wasn't in a great groove. And in that last drive, obviously, he called timeout. He didn't know what he wanted to do on those last few plays. Ultimately throws the pick. But, I definitely think we'll see Dez make a run once again in the Madden Bowl. Had that phenomenal performance at Thanksgiving. Definitely expecting to make a run later on this year.
Well, let's bring him in. The ultimate wild card finalist, one win away from a belt. Put up your O's for Eugene, Oregon's own, the Duck, none other than Mr. Football. Okay, first I got to ask, how comfortable are you right now? As somebody who has been watching you in that big snuggie, you looked comfortable out there playing the game. I mean, tell me, what's that like out there?
This thing, this thing is so comfortable, I'm not going to lie. I played all my limb games in this thing. I mean, honestly, it's like a comfort blanket at this point. Like, literally, it's like a blanket at this point. So.
That's the good luck charm. The blanket hoodie. Oh, hey, what a performance, 88, man. Just talk me through that second half. Because first half, obviously, you guys going back and forth. Second half seemed like he struggled a little bit offensively, and then you get that big, pick with Hendricks on the post route.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the entire first half, I felt like I was just giving him, like, easy stuff. Like, I gave him a touchdown on the run commit, obviously. And I just knew that I was going to stick to pounding the ball, and then that would kind of like put pressure on you, because when you're getting toted on an offense and you're like tied in a tied game or like down a possession, you're just going to play with more pressure. And on that final drive, I just knew I wanted to blitz him. I knew all the run shoots for his runs, so I kept getting him in like second and third long, and just made plays, honestly.
I'm just curious, so much has been talked about this game, high balls, the high-powered passing, the tall, cornerbacks and wide receivers, but you really got it done on the ground. How tough has that been? How much do you feel that gives you an advantage being able to run the balls effectively if you have been?
The run game isn't that good in this game, honestly, but when you play dollar, they got 8 DBs. They got 8 DBs in the field, 3 D linemen, so they can't really shoot the run too well. The defense he and Kobo ran, it just isn't good versus the run at all. So I actually changed my playbook today. I went to Eagles playbook because they have a read option run and bunch that just gets more effective yards versus 3-down lineman sets. So pretty much I just stuck with that and knew I wanted to run pretty much every first down or short yardage.
Well, I know you've been busy playing a game, but we got a good friend out there, a friend of all of us, I think, in the Madden community, TK out there, the Photoshop genius, and he's put you in the Snuggie. He got you in the ad for Amazon. I mean, you look comfortable both in real life and in this, what I assume will be the best-selling Amazon purchase out there.
All right. No, it's like I said, it's so comfortable. Like, there's like no stress. It's not too warm. It's kind of cold in my room, so like I'm fine on that. I love wearing it.
Absolutely crazy good Photoshop. How about this one, Tyler Davis? You're in the finals of the Ultimate Wild Card, and they put his head right over top of yours. That's some disrespect right there.
That's funny. That's super funny.
Putting the man bun right on there.
Well, I'm sure, Ty, you're sitting there in what appears to be a smoking jacket, and you wish you were in one of those Snuggies right now. But
that thing looks unbelievable.
They like us to look good, even if some of us do look like Pee Wee Herman, apparently. Mr. Football, enjoy this final. It's going to be just a lot of fun, so enjoy the moment, and congratulations on your win. When we come back, boy, we got a final to talk about. It is set. We're one game away from crowning a champ. We'll have highlights from the semifinal and preview the Ultimate Wild Card Championship game. It's all coming up after this.
This is Pro Football Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, a.k.a. Primetime, a.k.a. Coach Prime, a.k.a. Just Prime. And you're watching the Madden Championship Series. We'll be right back.
It is about that time. Madden 23 Ultimate Madden Bowl, $250,000 top prize.
It is showtime, guys. I cannot wait.
Let's go, baby.
Let me do me.
Over the top, he's got him!
Come on. The guy has everything but a belt.
Am I just the best ever? Am I just the best?
Noah's the two-time belt winner.
The youngest Madden champion ever.
Let's go! Belt me. Come on, bro. The guy not only is built for this moment, he's going to make history. Talk to me.
I would describe mud as
Mutt? Dude, I don't know how I'll explain Mutt.
I don't even know.
Mutt is definitely really complicated when you get into it, but at the basis of it, it's just a card collecting game.
Vic at quarterback, with Jerome Bettis at running back, Randy Moss at wide receiver.
You can set your team how you want to set it up. You can set your offense, set your defense, how you want to set it up, your abilities and everything like that. Yeah, it's pretty much just you can play how you want to play.
watch YouTube and Twitch, watch for other people, if you got questions, you go in the chat or, YouTube it up to see if they can help you, because a lot of time there's a lot of help out there on the YouTube and Twitch.
I like to spend probably like half an hour every single night, look at those big YouTubers that compete, the W's, the Skimbos, the Clefs that are all on YouTube, and I say that I'm just gonna watch this game, see what little things that they're doing and seeing if I can implement any of that into the daily routines that I have.
My biggest piece of mud advice is just play the game. You're gonna rack up the most amount of coins, most amount of rewards just playing the game, playing head to head, doing your solos, doing your daily every day, just getting things done on the game. You'll have a solid team, maintain a routine.
You gotta get your coins up so you can get the best players, that team matters. So play your solos, play some head to head, make sure you're working the auction house and just get that team up.
Registration for the Last Chance Qualifier is now open. You still have one more chance to earn one of the final 2 spots in this year's $1 million Ultimate Madden Bowl. Register now at MaddenChampionship.com and earn a MUT Game Day Pack by playing at least one ladder game. Registration closes January 14th. Well, the semifinals of the Ultimate Wildcard has certainly lived up to all the hype. We had yet another close game. Tied going into the 4th quarter, it was Mr. Football able to prevail 31-24 over the defending belt winner, Dez. Let's bring in Tyler Davis, one great user, and Bugs as we talk highlights from this first game. And Bugs, I'll start with you. This game, it felt different from our first game between Henry and Colas. Both players were very methodical offensively.
Oh yeah, both players were just clicking on all cylinders, just in different ways. Dez was really kind of able to do what he wanted to do on offense, and he had 88 making mistakes like that, run committing, and just dotting on up the field. 88 was able to really just take advantage of Byers. Who knew Keith Byers was that much of a dog? I mean, this dog is really just running the ball up and down the field, breaking tackles off to the races consistently in this game. I think he ran for 180 plus yards on him. He really was just able to just dominate the game and dominate the clock.
Mr. Football talked about it in the interview. He said, listen, running in this game is hard. I don't know. I think a lot of people out there are watching Mr. Football run this ball, and they were going, it looks pretty easy for you.
I mean, but like he said, he had to change his offensive book. He changed it to the read option with the lead option. So that was big for him. And then this right here was the game. Him to come up with a big stop to hold him to 3 right there was a huge tackle, thinking that he was going to walk into the end zone, stops him at the 4. Then right here, I don't know where his user was at. Ted Hendricks gets lost in space, maybe anticipating the corner route, and then 88 goes down here, gets the touchdown on 3rd and goal. He ran it at the 1, maybe expecting the run commit, but he did not run commit and left a guy wide open right here. 4th and 13, you have to try to give yourself a play right there, but 88 just being Johnny on the spot with a big interception, comfortable in the Snuggies. Let's see if he's comfortable in the championship. I don't know who had the best hair. Is it Ty with the man bun? Or is it 88 with the, what is that, the McFluff he has at the top? What is that?
Is that even a question, User? Come on.
Listen, you knew Ty was going to get upset. We start going for that man bun. He's like, listen, User, this is the one thing I got. You not about to take this from me. The man bun in the Madden community is a pillar. I got it, 88. I got it.
Here's all I'm saying. We're about to be together in San Francisco for the Madden Bowl final. All I want to do, I'm just going to bring Ty one of those hoodies. I'm getting one. And we're going to have to get some pictures. I'm just saying, throwing it out there. Let's take a look at our updated bracket so you know where we stand. If you're just tuning into us, we are 2 semifinals down, so that means that we've got a final ready to play as we are going to have Henry take on Mr. Football in the championship game, the ultimate wild card. A whole lot of money is on the line and a belt. You are not going to want to miss this final that is coming up in just a little bit. You still have one more chance to compete in this year's Ultimate Madden Bowl for a share of the $1 million prize pool. The last chance qualifier takes place January 14th and 15th. You can register now at MaddenChampionship.com. Registration remains open until January 14th. You're going to want to sign up for that one final chance to get into the Madden Bowl. And listen, we've got a lot of great players who are already in the Madden Bowl. We've only got 2 spots left, but gentlemen, we've got some missing persons out there. We've got some missing persons out there, some big names in the Madden community. By the way, Skim Milk is absolutely hellacious out there, and Spilled Boogs expired 2021.
That's crazy disrespectful.
What's going on over there?
I mean, Nick, honestly, it's crazy disrespectful, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take my throne. I'm, as the president of the Maytag crew, you know, everybody that's watched, I'm just going to say, you know what? I'll gladly just say, you know what? I'm on that.
Is that the Maytag crew that's up there?
You know, that's definitely, you know, all those guys part of the Maytag crew. You know?
Oh, that's crazy. Well, listen, one thing you're not going to do is throw Skim in there. He's been right on the cusp, and he might be one of those guys that make it out of LC.
Right on the cusp.
You're not going to disrespect the 3-time now. Not until, you know what I'm saying, Henry become the 4-time.
But see, what's crazy, you look at these guys out there, User, you see, you know, the amount of talent that's going to be going into the LCQ. For anybody who's out there, what can we expect from what is, I think, the toughest 2-day tournament the MCS puts on?
I mean, it's going to be a gulag. It's going to be a straight sweat, single elimination. And some of these guys that you see on the back of that milk cart, you laughing, ha, he didn't make it. Guess what? You don't want to match up with one of those guys, but because that's going to be a dogfight, a hell game. And whoever makes it out, it's always the guy that makes it out the LCQ. Everyone's afraid of him because you know he's battle tested. He's been put through the ringer. And so LCQ, your last chance to win $1 million to make it into the Madden Bowl, you best believe whoever comes out of there is going to be a complete dog.
Ty, I don't know if you remember, take your mind back, Madden 20, our first remote broadcast. A guy by the name of Pavan Lockhart made his way through the LCQ, and it took him to a Final Four spot in the Madden Bowl, so anything can happen if you're able just to get that spot.
Yeah, I was going to say, Pavan, we had him up there, but he's kind of the LCQ king. He's a sleeper that you might want to look out for. Obviously, you got tons of momentum on your side. If you can come through the LCQ, because it is such a gauntlet, it's so difficult. You're playing great once you get into the Madden Bowl if you get out the LCQ. I hope my guy, Bugatti Boogs, can turn it around, make a run. I'm rooting for you, my guy, but it's going to be tough. I don't know.
I'm just saying, that milk being expired in 2021, I don't know, we might just need to throw that card away. That's no good. That's no good. But you know what is good is giveaways, and we've got a double giveaway right now. That's right. If you're out there, you've been wondering when's our next giveaway. Well, we've got a double giveaway right now. Somebody's taking home 2 items, not just one, taking home 2. You are taking home Isaiah Pacheco, one of those 96 overall playoff champions, and, you heard me right, and C.J. Gardner-Johnson. You're getting them both. There's that Isaiah Pacheco 95 speed, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Big year with the Saints last year. Now with the Eagles. A lot of Eagles fans out there hoping that they're going to make their way to a Super Bowl. The winner of this double giveaway, Pacheco and C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Anakin_Solo10. Congratulations, you are taking home that double giveaway, and your team is going to look a whole lot better come tomorrow when that playoff program gets released. here it is. You see the players right behind us. Our final is set. We are going to have a championship game that I think everybody's going to want to tune in. So go tell your mom, go tell your grandma, go tell everybody in your family to tune in right now. When we come back, we will preview and get to our ultimate wild card championship game between Henry and Mr. Football. Don't go anywhere. The #1 player in the world, the 2-time individual belt winner, the 3-time overall belt winner. Now he's looking to win 3 belts in a row. That is history.
There is nobody in the world that Henry thinks can beat him. That's when you're operating on a different level. And when you're playing with that type of confidence, it is scary.
The ultimate kickoff final, Henry taking on Noah.
The 2 top guys in the game going head to head.
This is the biggest Madden game in MCS history.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Looking left side, he's got Jefferson.
That's a beam.
Let's go. Come on, man.
End zone, touchdown. Henry takes the lead. 44 seconds remain. 3rd and 10. Pressure over the middle. It's complete to Jefferson.
Tackle.
2 seconds. 9 seconds.
You can't spike it.
No time.
Oh, baby. Go.
He adds his 4th MCS belt, his 3rd individual belt.
Yeah, the greatest run in Madden history.
Let's go. Come on.
Michael Skimbo is your 2017 Madden champion. A historical moment here. Michael Skimbo, our first 2-time MCS champion.
First ever defending Madden champion in the MCS.
I'm here with our first 3-time belt winner, Michael Skimbo.
Wear your crown, King Henry. He is your Madden 22 Ultimate Wild Card Champion.
About time.
Henry has gone back-to-back. He is your Ultimate Madden Bowl Champion. Get go!
This is the first kid to 500,000. I think he'd be the first to 1 million.
3
Radical good.
straight built for these belts. Are we talking about Henry as the greatest MCS player of all time?
We might be.
Touchdown!
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I think as of right now, I definitely deserve the title of the best.
Talk to me.
It's time for the Madden 23 Ultimate Wild Card Final.
Our final is set as we take a look at our tail of the tape for the Ultimate Wild Card Championship battle. It is the 4-time belt winner, Henry, #1 in the world, $95,000 in earnings here in Madden 23, taking on the #8 player in our power rankings, $40,000 in career earnings, looking for his first belt, Eugene, Oregon's own Mr. Football 88. 2 of the best battling it out for a belt. Let's bring everybody in and talk about this final that we have. Henry and Mr. Football. I've got Tyler Davis, one great user, Boogs, and Clef along with you. And let's go to user first, because user, you were the one in that opening broadcast talking about how Mr. Football was somebody who could make it to this final. Maybe a dark horse on that side of the bracket. And all he's done is prove that you are no longer the mush. You're correct. What have you seen from Mr. Football that has proved that he can possibly go out and upset Henry and win this belt?
Nick, I'm just glad that Ty can't say, he makes all the right picks when he's obviously taking the overwhelming favor. Sometimes you got to have the gall to go out on the limb to pick somebody like 88. But listen, 88, he was dominant in his performance, the way he stayed disciplined to the run game. And that's why he deserved to be here. Really, him taking a note out of, some of those runners' books like my guy, the Dirty Nightman, Mr. Ragusa, being able to stay dedicated, not being afraid of that dollar, because a lot of people just give up on it and say, hey, you know what, I'm not going to run. And 88 said, you know what, not only am I going to run, I'm going to change my playbook to make sure I stay dedicated to the run game. And I feel like that's going to be a big impact in this game. Everyone thinking Henry's going to run away with it. Henry's going to make history. He's going to get individual belt #4, #5 total. But I think it's going to be a lot closer than you think with 88 being dedicated to that run game.
Book, sticking with 88, give me a key to the game. Obviously, going up and play the caliber of Henry, it's a tall task to win a game against him. Give me a key. What's something that Mr. Football has to do in this championship game to take home his first belt?
I think the key to this game for 88 is for him to, one, come out and get an opening stop and set the tone defensively, but then offensively keep doing what he's been doing, which is run the ball, which is probably not going to be easy, but if he can really find a way to really control the clock and force his will on Henry, then he really has a good chance of winning this game.
Clef, on the other side, you know, this is somebody who, there might be people tuning in for the first time here tonight. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us. That is looking at this kid, this 19-year-old player named Henry, who's sitting there with 4 belts, 3 individual ones. I mean, tell me what makes him so special.
I think what makes him so special is the experience he has at 19. Usually you say, oh, somebody's 19, you think they aren't experienced. Well, this guy, he has the experience of a vet at that young age where he still is at his prime, you know, and his confidence. The biggest thing is confidence. He go into tournaments thinking, I can win the whole thing every time. And he plays like that. You see how loose he plays. He's smiling. You don't see people sit up here and laugh in the MCS games. Like, we usually out here, we play tight. It's just having that comfort and the relaxation and knowing he's not playing for nothing else but to amplify his legacy. At this point, he's running away with the favor of being the greatest ever. And still, he win this one tonight. He just distances himself more and more. And just what he's done is just so impressive.
Ty had himself a little bit of a scare in that semifinal game against Cole. Definitely was not as easy as he had hoped it would be. And again, going back to him missing the Ultimate Thanksgiving, the first time he'd missed a major in his professional career. Do you think that this belt, if he's able to take one home, will be a little bit sweeter?
Yeah, and I think he wants this one pretty bad, too. And you can sit back and say, why does Henry want this? He's done it all. He's won it all. But when he was at the top of the top, making all those events, and then you take him out of one event, you know he is hungry to get back on the top of the throne. People saying, oh, Dez is coming up. He might be the new guy. We got 88 here in the finals. Henry's saying, no, I want that top spot solo, alone, by myself, call it greed, whatever you want. He wants to get to that, closer to that $1 million lifetime earnings, so you know he wants the championship badly.
And, you know, this game all about legacy, especially for Henry, but for Mr. Football user, just getting one belt, that puts you in an elite company. There just aren't that many people out there who are able to have taken home one of these trophies.
Yeah, it's tough. Just, you know, right here, Clef the guy, arguably the best without a belt. So he can tell you how tough it is to be right there and not get a belt. In 88, he has a chance to make history, to get put in one of those upper echelon brackets with those players who hold championships. And so I don't know if he's going to be up for the moment, because you know Henry, he's playing on a different level right now. To have his chance to win 4 individual belts. Right now, he's tied with Skimbo. Obviously, we do a lot of debating, a lot of barbershop talk. Who is the best? And you always want to say, well, I want to see Kobe and LeBron play in his prime. And now you get a chance to see, okay, this guy, he can run away with it and have 4 individual belts, 5 total? That's crazy just to think about it. At age 19.
And Boogs, obviously, everybody's focused on the belt game. Everybody's focused $75,000 on the line. But looking ahead to the Madden Bowl, can a win in this game give any sort of momentum to Henry or Mr. Football in working their way towards the top of the mountain and that biggest chunk of the $1 million prize pool?
For Henry, I don't think it really does much of anything for him. I think it either adds to his legacy and gives him more money in his pocket, or maybe if he loses, it just frustrates him and, you know, makes him angry for the next tournament. But for 88, most definitely, it can really give him the confidence, like, yeah, I belong here. I'm one of the best. I've won a belt, and now I can go and win that real big belt that everybody wants, that coveted one, the Madden Bowl.
Well, I know there's a chance we might not be hearing from the Orlando crew a whole lot during this game, because this one should be an absolute stellar one. Let's get our predictions in there for this final. Who's taking home the belt? Clef, I'm going to start with you. Mr. Football looking for belt number 1. Henry looking for belt number 5. Who's taking home the championship?
Yeah, I just think the momentum Henry got right now, just as many finals as he played in, as many belts he had, which ain't that long ago. You got to think, all this has happened within a year. It's not like we talking about finals he played in forever ago. I think the momentum is still on his side, and just the relaxation. Like Boog said, this really doesn't do much for him, honestly. Like, it just adds to his legacy. He's out here free rolling. He's relaxed. I'm taking Henry.
Boogs, it's appropriate that this is happening in the Ultimate Wild Card because Mr. Football might be the Ultimate Wild Card of the Madden community. Can he take home the win and upset Henry today?
Nick, I talked to my mom on the phone a couple days ago, and she told me 2 things. She said, 1, make sure you don't show up on camera with your bottom lip chap again. So, Mama, hopefully my lip ain't chapped no more. 2, she said, pick that boy with the belts behind him. So I'm going with Henry.
Mother knows best. User, who you taking in this final? The 4-time belt winner or the man looking for his first belt?
I mean, the fact that Boogs came on here with chapped lips is just out of control.
Why she had to tell him that?
I mean,
he's 39 years old.
How is just the bottom lip chap?
I don't know. I don't know what mom was looking at. She just said, look, boy, you represent me when you go out here.
It's still
you need to look right. No, my lips are not chapped.
It is.
It's still chapped.
Right. No, my lips are not chapped.
It is. It is. Go put your lip gloss up, man. That's crazy. Listen, man, let's be honest. We're about to witness history right here. You have Mr. 4-time Henry. And I always hear about the big distinction. Skimbo has a huge following. And people say, well, Henry only has 3 individual. Y'all want to add that 4th one. I want to know, what can you say if he wins this one right here, which I believe he will. I think, like everyone is saying, even if he wins or doesn't win, it doesn't matter. He's already cemented his spot as one of the greatest of all times in the MCS era. Let me put MCS era quotation around there before y'all go crazy on Twitter. I know Problem Right, it was still a phenom back in his day. But at the end of the day, we're watching history, and sometimes you just got to appreciate it for somebody to be able to do this consistently. And no matter what sport you're playing, basketball, football, video games, especially as much RNG there is, to be able to do this consistently going to another finals, you got to salute him. I think Henry Poole comes away with his 5th
I would love to get an instant
belt,
replay after Boogs told that story because I watched everybody in Orlando lick their lips. Everyone's like, am I good? Am I good? Tyler Davis, last but not least, who you got taking home the belt at the end of tonight as we give our final belt away before the Madden Bowl?
Yeah, Mr. Football's been so good with the run game, but you're not going to be able to run the ball against Henry, right? He's going to put that pressure on you. You're going to be able to have to pass the ball to beat Henry. And user wants to know, what are they going to say if Henry wins this one? Some people say he's one of the greatest. Well, let me spell it out for you guys. GOAT. If he wins this game, wins his 5th overall, 4th individual, he is the greatest of all time. I don't want to hear anyone else in the discussion. It'll be Henry at the top of the mountain if he takes us down, and I do believe he will.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's crown a champion. Gentlemen, we will catch up with you at halftime or whenever you decide to interrupt us during the broadcast because we got ourselves a final, a belt game, a $75,000 game of Madden, as it will be Henry taking on Mr. Football. Let's get to kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us here on Twitch, YouTube, wherever you're watching. We're so happy you're with us. We're crowning another champion here in Madden 23. The kick is away. It will be the phenom Henry getting the ball first, as it is Cordero Patterson up past the 15, past the 20, and we'll get it to about the 25-yard line. Look at these numbers, Tyler Davis. 12 major appearances, 4 belts, 84-17. And let's be clear, he has less losses than he does his age, and he's only 19 years old.
He is a phenom, a prodigy. He is the king of the Madden world, and tonight he is exactly where he belongs, in another championship game, looking for his 5th belt, the greatest Madden, the best Madden player in the world, closing in on $1 million soon, over $500,000, just unbelievable stats, and he's looking to do it again.
Taking a look at the offense he's going to be bringing out on the field. Tom Brady out there, but those wide receivers, guys we've seen a lot of, Plaxico Burress, Herman Moore, and CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of them out there with that short and elite ability. You talk about Herman Moore, CeeDee Lamb. Look for Keith Byers. Maybe goes to the passing game out of the backfield a little bit, but Tom Brady is where it all starts with that hot route master, gunslinger, and set feet lead ability.
Yeah, you see 7 AP out there on Tom Brady. Taking a look at the defense that's going to be looking to stop Henry's offense. And you got some big players. This is Henry's defense. Take a look, Javon Curse on the line. He was big for Henry, able to get some pressure.
Yeah, and of course it all starts with those 5 KOs in that backfield. Of course, you got Megatron back there, Bo Jackson, Antonio Cromartie, Mike Haynes, Charles Woodson. He's got Julius Peppers out of position. Got tons of weapons in that secondary.
On the flip side, against Henry, it's a man looking for his first belt. Farthest he's ever made in the MCS tournament. He's looking to make history. 4 major appearances, but hasn't yet been able to climb that mountain. But still, almost $100,000 in career earnings. He's locked himself into the Madden Bowl, and Ty, he's playing with house money.
They've been sleeping on him all year long, and he's looking to make a statement tonight. He's in his first ever Final Four. He wins that game. But now you have to go up against the #1 Madden player in the world. Can 88 do the unthinkable and take him down?
88's offense as we take a look at his roster, and we can talk about anybody out here, Ty, but the big one is right there at halfback. Keith Byers has been massive.
He's been so big for 88. We haven't seen a run game this good all year long, breaking tackles, breaking huge runs in that inside zone, but I do believe he's going to need a little bit more of that passing game with guys like Taysom Hill, CeeDee Lamb, and Calvin Johnson to be able to beat Henry in this game.
One of the few players using that Calvin Johnson wide receiver. Defensively, you look out there, it's all about the height out there. You see Harold Carmichael, and you see that Calvin Johnson cornerback.
Yeah, we talked about those KOs. He has 4 pick artists to go along with it, a tip drill out there as well, but that secondary is going to be key, trying to shut down this Tom Brady passing attack from Henry.
Let's get things rolling. Let's crown a champion, ladies and gentlemen. Ty, I know you love to do it. Hit the people. We need to find out what the chat. What are you guys thinking? Who's going to win this game?
Let's go, chat. Give me a 1 if you think Henry wins his 5th overall belt for individual, and give me a 2 if you think 88 pulls the upset. And what a day it would be for 88 if he can pull this off, Nick. The grandest prize in our sport. Madden belt time, Nick. I'm ready.
Start things off, Henry with the ball, picks up 9 underneath, quick throw, and we saw that's how Henry started off his last game against Cole, working underneath to soften up the defense.
Yeah, and you see him comes out in this gun bunch offense, but loves to audible over to the tight formation. 88's going to counter with that 3-3 loop. This time he goes inside zone. So we'll see if Henry stays a little bit more balanced, goes to Byers against this loop defense. But right there, we saw all day, 88 has been ready for the run game in that 3-3 loop defense.
Book said a key to this game is getting a stop on the first drive. Well, he's got Henry in a 3rd and 1. And we got our first timeout of the game. You can't take those to the second half, and Henry wants to think about what he's doing.
Yeah, and if we want to base this game off, the past performances of what these guys have done today, let's be honest, 88 has played better today than Henry did. Henry was lucky to survive that game against Cole. Did not play great. Football, on the other hand, played phenomenal, especially in that second half.
And nowhere to go up the middle, the run defense. Standing tall for Mr. Football. He'll lose a yard. 4th and 2, Henry hurries to the line.
Don't play with this man with the run game. Here we go, huge play.
Tight slots, Brady back to pass. Pressure picked up nicely over the middle. He's wide open. There's Plaxico Burress. And Burress is past midfield to the 46-yard line. Henry, with a wipe of the brow, picks up the first down.
Yeah, no sweat to Henry. Just a little wipe right there at the top. Remember, Henry's built for these pressure games. He's done it time and time again. Great route combo. High-low read, slant post combo. Stresses the user. Football chooses the underneath route. Henry goes behind him on the post. Great play design.
He's got 4 short and elites out there. Herman Moore, Plax, CeeDee, and Taysom Hill. And, of course, he's got that Brady. Hot route master, set feet lead, fearless, and gunslinger. And deadly combo at the quarterback position.
Yeah, don't forget, too, those 2 edge protectors as we have a free play here.
And he's got him right side. That's Taysom Hill. Pick up the first down to the 30-yard line.
And don't forget those 2 edge protectors, too, that Henry has at both tackle positions, right? We don't see a lot of the edge protectors here. Does a good job to counter the double or nothings. So that's something to look for as well in this high-powered passing attack.
First and 10. Tight slots formation. Brady in the gun. Byers on his right hip. Brady drops back, steps up, throws it, end zone. Herman Moore, give me more. Touchdown. Henry looking for number 5.
Another free-form beauty. Streak route, free-forms it with that left trigger to the outside shoulder. Absolute beam from the King.
Well, I mean, that drive went absolutely swimmingly, if I do say so myself. Henry walked his way down the field.
Flawless. I mean, absolutely flawless. Route combinations on point. The run game wasn't great, but as we take a look at this replay, as we take a look at the slant post combo on 4th down, that was huge, right? Plexico burst, over the top, big completion, and then here, look at this free form dot, outside shoulder, high ball, Herman Moore. What a drive for Henry.
Well, now we get to see what Mr. Football does offensively, and if it's any indication what he's done in the prior 2 games, it's going to be a lot of pressure on Henry's run defense as Keith Byers has been his MVP.
Yeah, and you got to think that Henry's game plan going in is I cannot let 88 beat me with the ground game, right? Whether you want to switch defenses, get out of dollar, get out of the 3-3, 3-3-5 wide, maybe go to nickel over, but you just cannot allow this inside zone offense to beat you, right? Force 88 to have to pass the ball to beat you.
Mr. Football's first snap from the 25-yard line in trouble, gets hit. He's lucky that wasn't a D-line pick.
Yeah, he's just a few seconds late on that. He did have the corner out to the left side. If he would have highballed that deep down the field, probably could have rat caught it. But you see 88, I think he knows that Henry's ready for this run game. Henry in that 3-3-5 wide does a great job to blow up the run. But I want to at least see him test it out, but it looks like he's going to go the passing attack again.
2nd and 10. Mr. Football splits Byers out of the backfield. Empty backfield for John Elway, the Stanford Cardinal over the middle. He finds an Oklahoma Sooner. That's C.D. Lamb with 37. Lamb was his best receiver in that semifinal matchup.
Yeah, without a doubt. Nice dot right there. Goes over the middle. High-low read. Gets behind the user. Big conversion.
On 1st and 10. Looks left side. There's C.D. once again. Picks up 8.
And Henry going pretty much strict man coverage here across the board. Nice little dig route there. Does a good job with that short in elite ability to beat man coverage. That's why, guys, you want to get those short in elite abilities on your receiver if you play Madden Ultimate Team, because they do a great job against man coverage, especially under that 10-yard threshold.
2nd and 2. Got the corner out left side. He's got 2 routes over there. He'll find C.D. Lamb. 3 straight catches for the Dallas Cowboy. Big number 88 has Mr. Football moving and grooving.
Mr. Football showing, hey, I can pass the ball too. I know my run game's great, but I can go up top.
Ooh, no. Oh, he almost got it off the deflection. That could have been a touchdown, a pick, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of a smirk there from 88. He knows he could have got lucky in the blanket hoodie there. But that was a crazy play right there. Henry very fortunate that 88 didn't come down with that.
Empty backfield. Now throw this one away. Quick pressure forcing the throwaway. 3rd and 10 now for Mr. Football.
Yeah, what defense right there from Henry. 88 tried to go with the dual corner routes with the streaks, try to bring those streaks there to bring back the zones, but Henry was all over it. Great adjustment with those deep zones outside.
On 3rd down, in trouble, gets rid of it, but unfortunately Richard Sherman is the other team, picked off by Henry. The first mistake of the game, and TD, the last thing you want to do when you're taking on the 4-time belt winner is start off your game with a turnover.
Henry doing Henry things. Richard Sherman lurks the wheel route, relies on that defense. Henry starting out great here in our championship game.
Come on. Ooh, that's a tough throw. The KO lit up there, and we'll pry that one free. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, we'll see what Henry goes to here. See if he tries to go back to the ground game like he did on the first drive, but you can see with that Ted Hendricks, 88's user has been phenomenal. So I expect him to stick to the passing game.
And once again, those KOs lighting up. You look at Mr. Football's defense. Peppers, Johnson, Woodson, Carmichael, and Verrett all have KOs. And Carmichael, Woodson, Johnson, and Peppers all with that deep out zone KO and a combination of mid zone KOs and flat zone KOs. He's looking to just knock out the ball everywhere, looking like Mike Tyson.
Come on. And then this time sends the screamer with the loop, comes free up the A-gap, puts Henry in a tough situation. I love the route combo Henry went to on that 2nd down, and then 3rd down he screams, and now 88 needs this defensive stand right here to stay alive early in the 1st. Watch Taysom Hill here. He loves this play, Nick.
Can Mr. Football get the stop back? 4th and 10, left side. It's Taysom Hill, but he's short of the line to gain. A huge tackle for Mr. Football's defense, and Mr. Football able to make a little bit of amends for that interception. He gets the ball back in good field position.
That is the defensive stand that Mr. Football needed. Gets right back into it. Great play call from Henry, just a few yards short. Football gets the tackle, and now he's cooking with sauce at the 36.
Lots of time, but nobody open. He'll throw that one away.
Yeah, great coverage right there. Henry with the all-out coverage. Had man mixed with zone, little combo defense. And you can tell 88 doesn't feel too comfortable right now on offense without being able to use that run game.
Second and 10, empty backfield again for Mr. Football. Not going to the run game early. Lots of time, throws it left side. That's Taysom Hill. Tight coverage, but is able to complete it to the 13-yard line. Red zone opportunity for 88.
Yeah, motions out the running back wide, puts him on a streak route to clear out the defense. Corner out there, Taysom Hill does a great job against the man coverage. The running back cleared out the deep zones. Great dot from 88.
He's looking right side. High ball, almost caught off the rebound again. Taysom Hill was looking for the easy 6. It will fall to the ground. Incomplete.
Scary play. Went dual wheel routes there. Tried to high ball the wheel route. Very risky pass. You know, probably would have worked a little bit earlier in the Madden season. Good defense from Henry.
In trouble now. Henry's starting to dial up some pressure. 3rd and 10 for Mr. Football. Ty, he's got to cash in here.
Yeah, he has to. 7 is a must in this situation. I mean, points are critical, so you definitely don't want to turn the ball over. You don't want to take a chance if it's not open, but 7 would be, you know, huge for him.
Elway in trouble, and Elway takes the seat. Loss of 1, 4th and 11 for Mr. Football. And he doesn't want to test him anymore. He's going to kick his 3 as we'll reach the end of 1. 7-0, Henry with the lead. And a reminder to everybody out there, we appreciate you guys hanging with us all night long. Make sure you share your feedback on tonight's show by filling out our broadcast survey. The link to the survey will appear in the chat throughout the night and can all be accessed by clicking the share feedback banner at the bottom of our Twitch page. We do read it. We do love hearing you guys how we can make these shows better each and every time. Because, Ty, let's be honest, if it wasn't for the people out there hanging out in the chat, we probably wouldn't have jobs.
Exactly. There would be no show if it weren't for the people out there. The 20,000 plus right now on Twitch and however many on YouTube as well. We appreciate you guys rocking with us all night long. It's been a great night of action. And here we go. We're going to find out who's going to get that belt.
Now Henry back on offense. 7-3 the score. And Henry looking to extend his lead. Brady up the seam. He's got him. That's Herman Moore to the 48-yard line. Another first down for Henry. He looks like he is locked in here in this final.
Seam streak laser right there from Henry. Zone coverage. You know you can pass lead that inside. High balls it. Phenomenal dot.
In trouble. He'll throw this one away. Finally, some pressure there from Mr. Football. Henry's done a nice job. We saw Mr. Football getting home pretty easily against Dez. Henry's got the protection scheme that's been able to keep the pocket clean.
Yeah, but Nick, he did miss a wide open read right there. He had CeeDee Lamb on the corner route with a streak behind it to clear out the zones. I mean, CeeDee Lamb was wide open. Just a missed read from Henry.
On 2nd and 10. Left side, it's Byers with the catch near the first down marker. Bringing in Boogs. Boogs, an interesting start to this game. Mr. Football just not able to get the offense going.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely not able to get the offense going against Henry right now. He's running that 3-3-5 wide. He's decided, you know what, you're not going to run the ball. You're not going to just have your way like this. And so far, it's worked out great for Henry. Come on. I thought it was
right
a
side. Oh, that was a dangerous throw. The KO's lighten up. And 4th and 2. Can Mr. Football get another stop?
Ooh, big decision here. That was close, man. Looked like the cloud flat was playing at about 20 yards. Thought he might be able to get the corner behind it. And this is a big defensive stand here. Football can get this right here.
In the pocket over the middle. Caught. Plaxico Burris in between 4 defenders. Picks up a first down as Henry keeps the drive alive.
And Boogs, that's been Henry's bread and butter. That slant post combo over the middle, right? You bring the user down the slant, post comes right behind it. Great dot.
Oh yeah, Ty. He's putting a lot of pressure on his user and forcing him to have to pick and choose, and he just got dotted right there.
That's CeeDee Lamb. That's TD Lamb. That's touchdown for Henry. His lead is extended, and already, Boogs, it's the first half. We're not even to the 2-minute warning, and it feels like this is a desperate drive for Mr. Football.
Oh, yeah, Nick, like you said, 88 is going to really have to shift things. He's going to have to go down this field and answer and reply back to Henry on this drive. He has to get 7 here. He does get the ball back at half, so he's not in a panic mode. But defensively, what he's definitely going to have to do, he's going to have to get pressure on Henry. Henry likes to send 5 out every play. You have to get pressure on him and make him start blocking some people.
This return will go up to the 18-yard line. Take a look one more time at the 4th and 2 pickup. Ty, I didn't know if he was gonna complete this one or if Mr. Football was gonna click on, but he's able to get the completion, and then this one's just too easy.
Yeah, and that's the play Henry had earlier that I said he missed the read, right? That CeeDee Lamb corner route. He goes right back to it, and it's wide open once again. So 88 is really struggling to defend this high-powered passing attack from Henry.
Second and 5. Elway back to pass. Pressure right side. And again, getting home quickly. And Ty, we haven't seen Mr. Football. I know he talked about adjusting with that run game because he saw the dollar, and Henry's not playing that dollar defense, but does he mix in the run at all just to take some pressure off?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, I know the 3-3-5 wide does a great job versus it, but you can't just completely get away from your game plan. Go to it at least on first down, get a feel. Maybe you can break one because he just does not feel comfortable passing the ball every play.
Pressure on the left side. He's going to lob it up. Might have Megatron, but the break up, the knockout going crazy. He could have had 6. Instead, it's incomplete. It's 4th and 5.
Yeah, and you hate to say it so early, but for Mr. Football, this could be the ball game this early. Needs to stay alive, needs to convert here on 4th and 5.
On 4th down, empty backfield again. Back to pass, 4-man rush picked up over the middle. It is complete. CeeDee Lamb breaks the tackle, almost went back over the first down line. And you know Mr. Football, he was jamming on that stick to make sure that he didn't go back over the line to gain. It's a first down as we near the 2-minute warning.
And you see how valuable that motion from the running back is. Henry didn't have it manned up, so he was forced with his user to go out there and guard that running back streak. And when the user went all the way out wide, it opened up his little dig route underneath for an easy completion to beat that man coverage. So great play design from Football 88 on a crucial play.
2nd and 12. Elway back to pass, stepping up and sitting on down. Losing 5 on the play to Marcus Ware in on the sack, the Cowboy legend, wreaking havoc in the backfield.
These defensive ends are just screaming, causing havoc right now on 88's offensive line.
3rd and 17. Looking over the middle for Taysom Hill, makes the catch right in front of the defender and picks up the first down.
Big first down there from Mr. Blanket Hoodie, but really there's nothing, open. Like, these are tight windows. Henry's defense is absolutely dialed in. He guarded the C route. He had a zone over there to go in front of that post. This is tough living.
And there goes Megatron, breaks free and is inside the red zone once again. 50 seconds left in the first half. Mr. Football needs to cash in for 6.
I'd like to see him go to that more, right? We saw it earlier where he kind of got an unfortunate bounce, but man coverage one-on-one, go with the high ball to your best receiver.
Second and a yard. Interesting to hurry back to the line, then use that timeout. 1 timeout left for Mr. Football, down 14-3.
Yeah, and if he can punch this in, though, Nick, for a touchdown, this is massive, right? He seems like he's been outplayed this whole first half. But if you can go in, punch this in, maybe go for 2, make it a 3-point game, you're going to have tons of momentum and confidence going into the second half.
Second and a yard, and he's going to take a false start. Too many audibles on that play. Just doesn't seem comfortable inside the red zone against Henry.
No, he doesn't. Wasn't sure if he wanted to run the ball, then he tried to audible out of it, and he did too many audibles.
Elway throws it up, high ball, and that's the first one of those we've seen today. Megatron skying for that touchdown, and Mr. Football cuts into the lead.
Gets right back in it, and that was amazing. That's what you want to do. You get that man coverage on the outside, solo side, take your one-on-one chance there with Megatron. He did it twice on that drive. This time pays dividends. Touchdown, Mr. Football.
Kick is away. 14 seconds left in the first half, and what has been a defensive struggle as Henry getting sticky out there. Cordero Patterson will take that to the 19-yard line. Take a look one more time. Tyler Davis, this one, throw it up to Calvin Johnson. Absolute nasty business.
Yeah, I like to call it KYP. Know your personnel. Mr. Football fired up, goes to Megatron, 6'5", one-on-one. You can't guard that man. Gets right back in it. I do think Henry is going to be a little aggressive in this situation. Maybe try to take a chance.
Screened out up the middle, down. Goes. Henry, and that will end the half. How about the pressure, making sure there was no play down the field, 14-10. And Ty, I would not say this was a good half for Mr. Football, but go in only down by 4, he's got life.
I agree 100%. You would think kind of, Henry's outplayed him this whole first half up until that last minute or so where Football 88 had a money drive, a guap drive, goes down, scores, and then the thing is he gets the ball to start the second half. So you thought he might have been dead in that first quarter, but Mr. Football has plenty of life as we head into the second half.
14-10. Anyone's ball game. 10 minutes left before we crown a champion. It is the #1 seed Henry with the lead over Mr. Football. Boogs, User, Clef, let me know what you're thinking here in this championship game.
Live? Let's be honest. Henry dominated this first half. I'm looking up, and somehow 88's only down 4, and he's getting the ball at half. And when you look at that, 88 has to be feeling good about this, Boogs.
Oh, yeah, you have to be feeling good about this if you're 88. You're in a position now where you get the ball at half, you just scored a touchdown, you're building some momentum for yourself, so now you feel like, you know what, I'm in this game. I'm in control of this game. I just got to go score another 7 at half, and then, it's sky's the limit from there.
And the crazy thing, Clef, when we look back at it, you were saying down in the red zone with that last touchdown that 88 just got one-on-one. These are the type of adjustments you expected him to obviously make earlier in the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, in Madden 23, if you got somebody like Calvin Johnson one-on-one with somebody like Charles Woodson, you got to throw more phase, man. It's more times than not, you're going to catch it. I think 88, that half, let him get away with just playing cover 0 with no remorse. Like, you have to ag him. You have to high ball. You got to ag him, get him out that defense, because the thing is about that, if you just make him double one person or put those zones out there, now they can't blitz, and it takes away that blitz threat. I think he did a good job that last drive of, getting down in the red zone and one-on-one, giving this guy a chance.
And, we look at the personnel, like Ty was saying, know your personnel. Why is it that Henry has Charles Woodson out there instead of somebody like Calvin Johnson or, the ag stopper himself, Carmichael?
Yeah, it's an archetype game, man. It's a discounted ability archetype game. So depending on how your play style is, that's how you're going to use out there. You see Henry run a lot of man, so he has a Cromartie out there. But he's still mixing in zone-type guys, too. He got Peppers at linebacker and Thomas Davis. So it's all play style depending on how you're going to play. We know with the discounted abilities we getting, you got to choose who's best for you, whether that's a man corner, like a Cromartie getting an inside shade for cheap, deep route KO for cheap, or a Denzel Ward, or the Carmichaels, the zone types. It all is what fits your play style.
Yeah, and as we go back and look at some of these film, Omar's going to pull up the tape. Henry was very dominant on the defensive side, except when 88 came up with that big stop on 4. But if you see 88 right here, he's going to run a typical drop zone cover 4 right here. And I don't know where my #1 is at, but we're going to go start you off with #5. And Boogs, you can tell us right here, this is a typical bot defense that you'll see somebody run. Regular drop zone cover 4, put everything in front of you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's a typical bot defense. He comes out and cover 4 drop. And against a guy like Henry, you can't just send 3 guys. You send 3 guys, Henry's going to send 5 out consistently. And what we really want to focus on is this side of the field here. This side of the field here, he's going to have a simple flood concept where he's going to flood the zones. He has a flood concept on both sides of the field, but this side is most important because this is where he gets the touchdown. And so he's really just going to be taking his quarterback and he's going to be just eyeing the user and then watching this flood concept right here on this left side of the field. It's the flat open, is the corner route going to come open. He has a streak on the outside guy in a corner route, and then he basically just beams that corner route right here. Hits him with the corner route right as this defensive tackle right here was about to shed.
Omar, you can run that just a little bit for us so we can see that breakdown as that streak. When he runs that streak, you see that streak is going to push that cover 4 guy back. you see that streak is going to push that cover 4 guy back in that zone drop right there. And that's what Boogs is talking about, that you have to pay attention to the corner route on that side over there, because that's what Henry is looking for. Henry's looking for, first off, this user, where are you going to go? And the user never went over there, so obviously the corner route was going to be open because that streak was able to press the outside corners back, and therefore gave him an easy touchdown to go up 14-3 right there.
And that right there is the difference between Tom Brady and Elway. That play right there. If that's John Elway, that's a throw out of sack. Tom Brady got gunslinger, anything over 20 yards, he just gonna flick his wrist. So choosing quarterbacks, it definitely matters.
And so you see, it's also the personnel, the play call adjustments, because, 88 probably thinking like right here in this zone right here, it's very tough to throw a corner route, especially trying to fit it in there. We've seen so many people throw corner routes in the red zone thinking that it's going to get open, but Clef hit it right on the head. Having those quarterback abilities, gunslinger was the reason for Henry able to fit that ball in there. And now we got a second half in this championship, and 88 is only down 4, and he gets the ball. I mean, obviously, Henry has dominated, but I still feel like, how is he only up 4 without the ball? What are y'all expecting to see in the second half, Boogs?
Man, like you said, it does feel like Henry has dominated this game, but in the second half, 88 has all the control. It's like the ball's in his court. So right now in the second half, I expect 88 to come out with some confidence in the second half and really go right downfield. When you're able to score, when you're down 2 possessions or multiple possessions, period, and you're able to get points before half, you really go into that half with confidence and a different swag, and then you're able to just really get your game going.
Clef, is this something you expected to see in this position? Henry down 4 without the ball at half.
I would say, I didn't expect this, but I would say this. This is why, as Madden players, we want ball at half. Because Henry has dominated this half. He went up 14-3, but that don't matter. If I score before half, then I get the ball again and score again, now I'm up 3. This is why you see guys always having their settings on kick and never receive, because if you time it up well, you can erase everything he did in that first half.
Absolutely. Nick and Ty, you see it right here, man. Excellent championship game that we have in the wild card. The King himself looking to go for belt number 5. Can he do it? Right now, he got a tough task in front of him. 88 playing phenomenal football in the last quarter of that first half, able to get himself back in position, full control of this game. We'll see you guys at the end of the game.
Well, it all goes down Thursday, February 2nd in Las Vegas and live on ESPN. The 2023 Pro Bowl Game Skills Competition will be next level. You take a look at the list of events. I mean, here's all I'm looking at. Got that precision passing on Thursday, February 2nd, presented by EA Sports Madden NFL 23 Mobile. Take a look. Whole lot of games. Should be a whole lot of fun. Make sure you tune in starting Thursday, February 2nd on ESPN. Let's get back to gameplay. 10 minutes left before we crown a champion. It is Mr. Football with the ball down by 4 TD. This feels like this is the most important drive maybe of Mr. Football's entire Madden career.
No doubt about it. I'm so impressed with how Mr. Football's bounced back from adversity early in that second quarter. We'll see if he can keep up with King Henry here, but opening drive, this is huge for him, right? If he can go down and get 7, that will do so much for his confidence.
Elway right side, he'll throw this one away. Good defense from Henry. Boy, the defense seemed to have stepped up for Henry. And, I don't know if it's because Mr. Football had to play a game where he had to adjust so much and play so much of the run game, but Mr. Football does not look comfortable passing the ball.
No, he doesn't. And I think Henry was in a good position there, right? He won his first game, but then second game, he got to sit back, kind of watch, see exactly what 88 was doing, get a game plan in his head for what he wanted to do going into the finals.
2nd and 10. Stanford Cardinal, John Elway, Hall of Famer, Denver Bronco, looking left side. He finds big Taysom Hill to the 41-yard line. Boy, if Taysom Hill can be anything like what he has been in the ultimate wild card, the Saints got themselves a problem.
Yeah, that Taysom Hill is amazing. I mean, that short in the lead for 0 AP, he's just cooking everyone. Like, he had about 3 steps on his defender that time.
Oh, the run game. Have you seen this?
We have not.
3rd carry for Byers, and he picks up 8.
Finally. So maybe he goes to a little bit more in the second half. I think you test it out, right? You haven't even tried it against a 3-3-5 wide. You've got to just give it a look. You've been so successful with it all tournament long.
Burst motions from left to right out of that trips formation. Hill, the lone tight end, right side. Elway in the shotgun. Mr. Football using the entirety of this play clock. He's back to pass, and he throws over the middle. Quick throw, and it's
on the way,
Calvin Johnson to the 42-yard line.
And there's that route tech ability on that Calvin Johnson. So a little baby dig route, but able to beat that man coverage. Nice completion, able to move the chains.
On first down, he goes back to the ground game, and we're seeing some halftime adjustments, TD. Mr. Football going back to the ground attack.
I love it. And we haven't seen him run trips tight end offset all tournament long. He's going deep into his bag, goes to a little, I believe it was like a power counter on that weak side of the trips, and gets a nice manageable 5 yards. So I love what 88 is doing here, adjusting to his opponent in the second half.
Three-man rush. Stepping up with Elway and taking off with Elway.
Find a way.
And he kind of takes a hit, nonetheless picks up the first down at the 31.
Both guys getting nervous right there. Takes a huge hit with Elway. That majority of the time is a fumble. He's very fortunate.
Again, left side pops up in the air. I think he's done 4 of those high balls, TD. 3 of them have sort of gone like that. 1 ended up in the end zone.
Yeah, and he's gone to trips now a little bit more. Goes to verticals there. Tries to high ball that seam play. So really getting deep into the playbook. Goes to that high ball, can't come down with it.
Second and 10, empty backfield. As Mr. Football looks to take the lead, looking down the seam, throws it up. He's got 7 on his jersey. He's got 7 in the end zone. Mr. Football with a masterful drive to start the second half.
Mr. Football is him. Going toe-to-toe with the #1 player in the world. What a laser beam down the seam. Once again, there's that Taysom Hill. Man coverage with Julius Peppers. Gets a few steps on him. And Mr. Football is playing an amazing game. He has showed up in this Ultimate Wildcard tournament.
Kick is away to Henry as Patterson will take this up past the 20 to the 23-yard line. As we take a look one more time at the play that gave Mr. Football his first lead of the game. It's Taysom Hill right down the middle.
Yeah, fired up about it too. One-on-one with Julius Peppers. He gets a little bit of that speed boost animation and throws it with a nice pass lead into the end zone.
Now Henry's first offensive drive. It starts, I think, the exact same as his first drive in the first half started. That quick little pass to Keith Byers for 5.
Henry's been great. He's been super efficient on offense. Nice check down there. You see 88 sending 5 out of that DB fire too. Zone coverage. She got the middle of the field open. That time throws it to the wheel route in the little middle seam of that defense.
Second and 5. Quick throw over the middle. There's Plaxico burst. Big hit at the 42-yard line. Looked like a Home Depot with all the lumber being laid by Mr. Football's defense.
Huge hit right there. Good high ball dot from Henry. Little dig route, high balls it, keeps the chains moving.
Brady on first down. Quick throw left side. So you see the offensive game plan from Henry really taking what Mr. Football gives him, not afraid to use the underneath passes.
And that's been Henry's money play all game. That flood concept to the left side. You got CeeDee Lamb on the corner route with a streak behind it, and you have the little check down drag route. This time he checks it down to the drag, picks up a nice 6 yards, puts himself in a manageable 2nd and 4.
Brady on 2nd and 4. Right side has him open. That's Taysom inside the 20. Trying to get sticky and instead runs into a Mack truck. Big hit out there by the 14-yard line, but it's a first down nonetheless for Henry, who's inside the red zone.
And you see 88 just left him. It was the corner route. He was going to get wide open, and the user just left him. Henry throws it right in there.
All sorts of time, but not a single receiver open.
And it really tightens up down here. Obviously, we've seen 88 struggle a little bit down here in the red zone. Let's see what Henry can do. Earlier, he loved that corner out to CeeDee Lamb. If football's in that type of cover 4 drop, deep zone defense, maybe he goes back to the corner out to the pylon.
17-14, 3 points separate. These guys from here in this championship game. Nick Mazesco, Tyler Davis along with you. Big shout out to everybody who's been with us all season long. As it's a high ball over the middle, big hit. Was looking for it looked like Herman Moore over the middle. But those KOs able to knock free that ball. 3rd and 10, the number 1 player in the world.
I think Henry was hoping that Herman Moore wasn't manned up there. He was hoping it was zone. He could get it in that seam streak high ball, but it was man coverage, one-on-one, not able to come up.
Whoa! And that was just a straight-up miss. And Mr. Football with a fist pump. 4th and 10, and it looks like Henry, much like Dez did in the semifinal, he's going to settle for 3. Could that propel Mr. Football with just 39 seconds left in the 3rd quarter? Tyler Davis, we're all tied up.
Tied up as we probably head into the 4th. Huge defensive stand from 88. I mean, Henry cooked up a laser. Let's be honest. Seam streak. It was zone coverage. Taysom Hill just overthrew it to him. And now 88 has a chance here to take the lead.
That ball taken to the 22-yard line. Let's see what Mr. Football does on this drive. As here's that 3rd and 10 play. It looked like he had Taysom open. That high ball, just a little too high for the big tight end of BYU.
Very unfortunate. I mean, Henry cooked it up, and he threw it. Perfect timing. Threw the high ball. Just got a bad animation. Something you never want to get. But fortunately for 88, he's able to hold him to 3.
You don't like that at all.
Henry's defense came up big against Cole. Can he come up big here? How about the first time we've called Steve Smith's name? He might not be the biggest receiver, but he's got great hands. I know one great user in the backseat, and that's how a Panther comes down with a catch. It's a first down for Mr. Football.
And you hear 88 saying he don't like this play. Every time he motions out that running back, right, he either goes to the corner route. The running back stresses the user. We got to bring it all the way out there. So you got the corner route, you got the underneath dig. But this time, he goes to Steve Smith on the slot streak on the left side. Hasn't gone to that all game, but goes to it there. Big conversion.
I need to see an absolute storm of 4s in the chat because we're going to the 4th quarter. We're 5 minutes away from crowning a wild card champ, and we are exactly where we started. All knotted up. 17 apiece here in the Ultimate Wild Card. Oh, that's going to be an intentional grounding. Henry's defense forcing a penalty. That's a sack to the 30-yard line. Going to set up a 2nd and forever.
We've seen like a million times that when Henry's in these do-or-die situations, he comes up with a defensive stop when he needs it the most. Does he have another one in him?
On the right side, that's caught by Taysom Hill. They'll get 8 of it back, 3rd and 13. Can Henry's defense step up?
See what he goes to. I'm surprised he's not going to his tight formation. He's going to go trips, so he's not super comfortable in this formation. Obviously, just started bringing it out here in the 2nd half.
Motions Calvin Johnson from left all the way to the right side. Byers slightly offset to the right side behind John Elway. 4-man rush from Henry, now facing pressure. He's going to throw it up right side, and that's picked off. 81 on the other team, able to get the interception. And this is where it gets dangerous, Tyler Davis, because now Henry, with 4:14 to go, has a chance to slam the proverbial door.
Mr. Football pressed the wrong button, I believe. I mean, just had nothing open. I think he tried to throw to Y on the left side. I'm guessing at the last second was kind of open, but just basically threw it up and gave Henry a gift, and that's what we just talked about. Henry seems to come up with a defensive stand when he needs it the most, and there is a lot of time left, so I'm not going to say that's the game right there, but that is a huge backbreaker for 88 to make that mistake.
Brady stepping up, first down to Burris, who gets lit up like a Christmas tree. The 37-yard line, the receivers for Henry doing their jobs, holding on to every single one of these tight contested passes.
Mr. Football just doesn't really have an answer for that play out of tight. You know, all the action going to that left side forces the user there, forces everything to look there, and then you come back with the backside dig.
Now Henry going to the ground game. It's first time we've seen goggles on the field. Eric Dickerson gets 9.5. Clock moving for Henry.
A little bit of that milk and cookies time now for Henry. He wants to slow this game down, at least get it close to that 2-minute warning. Still at the 47, so he could potentially milk this whole entire game out now. Will be tough to do so, but definitely a possibility.
Back to work on the ground. He's actually going to lose a little bit. It's going to set up a 3rd and short.
I don't know if that's a win or a loss right there for 88, because you know, you force another 30 seconds off the clock here, getting even closer to this 2-minute warning, and he's in still a manageable 3rd and 1.
30 yard. Under 3 minutes, and there's Keith Byers, and there's a little taste of Mr. Football's Byers medicine. First down for Henry, as we're at 2:30 and counting.
Yeah, Nick, pressure's starting to build here on 88. You can see him. He knows his back is against the wall right now.
There's Byers to the 47, and you already see it. Oof. With 2:20 to go, Mr. Football uses one of those timeouts.
Palms are sweaty. Mom's spaghetti, blanket hoodie, whatever you want to say. The pressure right now is on Mr. Football. He needs to figure out a way to get a stop.
Did Eminem say blanket hoodie in that? Did I miss that line? Hand off to Byers. It's going to be short, 3rd and a yard. It looks like Football will let this run down to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, I think that's the right decision here, too. Save those 2 timeouts. Remember, 30-second play clock. So even if he converts here, it's not over. But then your back is really against the wall. So ideally, he's got to hold him on this 3rd and 1. You would think Henry probably just goes another inside zone. This is a tough call for Henry here. I don't know. Looks like he's going to go passing attack.
Let's get the entire crew on the horn. We got all 5 in the booth. It's crammed in here. Nick Vazesko, Tyler Davis, one great user. Boogs and Clef, 3rd and a yard. Henry takes off. Henry picks up the 1st down.
That might be GG's, boys.
It's GG's. It's over.
Are we looking at a 5-time champ?
He'll have time right here. If he get a stop right here, he'll get the ball back. He need a quick stop though. And at this point, you gotta run. You have to run commit. 1st and 2nd down.
Yeah, at least on this down, you have to.
Yeah, you have to run commit right here because it's not even about just stopping the run. You want to stop the run as fast as possible to save yourself as many seconds.
2nd down and 7. Henry.
And you know, one of the things we was talking about, Nick, it was like that play where 88 just chucked it up and had an interception, and you're like, how? How does this happen? And that's what Clef and Boogs was talking about. That's a beam right there. You can say GG's in the chat.
Hey, who else? Hey, user, who else? Steve Smith with the catch.
Schmitty, Hall of Fame.
This is why that we say, you know, he's not who passes right there? Nobody passes right there on 2nd and 7. Like, nobody calling a pass play there. Like, everybody just running the ball. He's just comfortable. This ain't the normal belt game for him like it is everybody else.
And like they said, Henry just finds a way to win these games. Somehow, some way, 88 looks like he's in full control. Not only did he come out after half and score, but then he's able to hold Henry to 3. You're like, he has it. Then he just chucks up a play, and nobody knows why he throws it. And here you go again. Henry with belt number 5.
Unbelievable. And it's almost what happened in the game against Cole, right? He's kind of getting outplayed, I would say. And then Cole throws that pick on the in route. This time, Mr. Football, I don't know what he did there, but throws the pick in the 4th quarter. And Henry gets the job done again.
Yeah. He's going to have to, I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to have to get another shelf or something. He's all booked up back there.
And man, big shout out to Ryan Hollins and the Houston Rockets commentating staff watching this, man. They've been texting us all the whole wild card. Hey, man, we see y'all boys, man. We appreciate y'all, man.
Yep.
Now, he is in a Falcons uni. And once upon a time, there was a man in a Falcons uni.
Try and get lucky one time.
He blocked a kick.
Can he block the kick?
No.
Can he block the kick?
Not with these features,
Here
man.
we go.
You guys no chance of blocking kicks.
3 seconds on the clock. Ball is down. Kick is up, and with zeros on the clock, in the words of LeBron James, Henry has not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. He is a 5-time Madden belt winner. Bow down to your king. Henry Leverett is your Madden 23 wild card champion.
I think the discussion is over. Greatest of all time. Add another belt to the shelf back there, Henry. He is a 5-time MCS champion, and he's $75,000 richer.
It was almost like it was never in question, just to take stock in what he has done. Not only does he have the most individual belts of all time now with 4, not only does he have the most total belts of all time with 5, but Henry, in the last 4, count them, last 4 tournaments he has competed in, all he's done is won the belt.
There's
the
no
last
question.
4, he's made it.
Yeah, Nick, there's no question anymore. I don't want to hear no other names in the discussion. And it's 19 years old. He's not 30 years old. He's not at the end of his career. His career just started, and he's the best Madden player ever. $600,000 in career earnings, 5 belts, 4 individual. I mean, there's nothing else to say. The accolades go on and on. Just unbelievable stuff.
Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, now add Henry Leverett to guys who are at the top of their game, just 19 years old. He is your ultimate wild card champion. Nick Mazesco alongside Tyler Davis, one great user, Boogs, and Clef the God. Hey, user, let's start with you. What more? I mean, I don't even know. We've been doing this for a while. I don't know what more we can say about what Henry has done. Ho-hum, another belt, build him another shelf, and keep counting.
I mean, you know, I'm not going to lie. I was kind of reserved, you know what I'm saying? I rocked with Henry, but I tried to keep him humble. I was like, hey, man, you're doing a great run, man. You know what I'm saying? You really only got 3 individuals. But now he has 4. It's really nothing you can say. It's just, you got to give him his flowers. You got to salute him because what he's doing is historic. To be able to come out here and win these games, and a lot of times people fold them or give them away, and you kind of wonder, is that what's happening when you see people like Cole make those interceptions where the running back is wide open, and then 88 has a guy, he just chucks it up instead of just throwing the ball away, giving himself another chance. You know, big play after big play, Henry seems to come up with it, and he's just running off belts. Like, this is just a regular GameStop tournament.
Yeah, and you know, as we take a look at the highlights from this championship game, Boogs, the user brings up sort of those mistakes. We saw Cole's interception. We saw the interception here by Mr. Football. I mean, how much of that is the Henry effect? How much of that is guys in new situations having to go up against a 19-year-old kid with 4 belts, now 5 belts to his name? That's got to affect you mentally.
Oh, most definitely. I definitely think that it happens way too often. We see it too often with guys when they're on their run, the Skimbos, the Moles of the world, all those guys, the problems that's been on those runs, they go up against people, and sometimes it just seems like their opponents sometimes will just kind of just in their mind mentally assist them in the game. And it just works out in their favor. But Henry's also, you don't want to take away from him and his greatness as well.
You know, 14-10. Clef, I think the other thing that impressed me most, especially about this run, was for Henry, it didn't always come easy. These weren't blowout games where he's winning by 20 points. He had to fight, he had to face a little adversity, and in both the games today, he had to shut the door late.
Yeah, and I don't even think this is adversity for him. I think this is something he's comfortable with. Like, he's comfortable being uncomfortable. This would be uncomfortable situations that he's been in for the average Madden player. But he's not the average Madden player. You know, he's the greatest to do it. You know, you just look here, he always kept himself in the game. He never got himself out the game. He stayed in striking distance. And really, these games came down to when it was clutch time, people were doing uncharacteristic stuff. You know, they were beating themselves, and he's great enough. He's going to make you pay every single time.
Ty, have we ever seen a run like this in all of Madden? Have we ever seen somebody as dominant as Henry has been?
Never. I mean, forget Madden. Like, sports in general, just everything. You've never seen anything like this. You see him there counting up 5 belts. Just amazing stuff. You're almost at a loss for words. You don't even know what to say about it.
20-17, your final score. Mr. Football, a valiant fight in the final. He has locked his spot in the Madden Bowl. Will have another chance to make it to a final. But for Henry, in the last 4 MCS tournaments that he has qualified for the live final in, he has won the belt. Nobody has ever done that before. Let's bring him in. Your champion once again, the 4-time belt winner, the 5-time overall belt winner. It is Henry Leverett. Henry, I just got to say, man, watching you out there, watching the end of that game, a lot of people ask the question, you know, is this business as usual? You still look like you're having a blast out there, and now you're a 5-time belt winner. Tell me what that means just to hear something like that.
Oh, man, it feels so good, bro. It feels so good. I don't know, man. Like, before, I would just make all these tourneys and never do anything. I always felt like I was really good and, you know, nothing would ever come from it. But, you know, recently, I feel like I guess clearly I've gotten over that hump and, you know, I'm just playing my game and it's finally paying off and, you know, it feels good.
Henry, congrats, man. It feels like, you know, obviously we're running out of questions to ask you here, but take me back all the way Madden 20, right? You play serious Mo, you know, you obviously probably had nerves going into your first ever finals. Just take me through the journey from then to now, if you even have nerves anymore going into all these finals games.
Yeah, so, you know, from the first tourney, you know, playing Mo, I got to the finals, beat him one game, and then I ended up losing the next game after that. So, you know, going in, I felt pretty good, you know, to start my competitive, you know, career. And then from there, I don't know, it was just downhill. You know, I would make the tournaments, but I would never do anything. You know, I'd make it and then just lose right then and there. So final 16s, final 32s. And pretty much what happened, a lot of it is clock management, I'd say. You know, almost every game I've won recently is always coming down to like some last minute stuff. So my game management is like the biggest thing. You know, I've always had the skill, and my game management was what was lacking before, and I've improved on that a lot. And so I guess this is all this is happening.
Henry, man, congrats on belt number 4, individual belt number 4, and, you know, total 5. When that pick happened, when you got that pick against 88, what kind of was going through your mind when that play happened?
Yeah, so first thing came on my mind was, there's no way he just threw that. That was the first thing on my mind. I can't believe he threw that. And then after that, I was going to go down and score immediately, but I just didn't have any like great looks off the start. So, you know, once I got like a few dink and dunk plays, that's when I decided I'm just going to try to clock the rest of this game out. Because I felt like I was playing pretty good defense that game. I just couldn't get him off the field a lot on like big 3rd and longs, 4th and longs, and things of that.
Henry, congratulations, man. I mean, you know, this is historic. You know, winning your 4th individual belt, separating yourself from the 3-time Skimbo, 5 belts total. I mean, when you look at the magnitude of what you're accomplishing, do you feel like, man, is there anything else I got to prove? And right now, man, look, no matter what y'all do, y'all can change the MCS era, go before, talk about problem, right? You don't want to hear it. You are the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I'd say so. You know, before I've always thought it, but, you know, after winning this one, securing the 1 seed for the Madden Bowl, I really don't think there's anything to say. You know, back-to-back years where I've won 2 belts in the same calendar year. So, yeah, I don't really think there's anything else that could possibly be done.
Well, Henry, congratulations, my friend. It's just a joy continuing to watch you work, and I know the job's not done. You got Madden Bowl coming up in just a little bit of time. Enjoy this win for the short period of time you can, and we will see you as you go for belt number 6. Yeah, that would be 6 belts as you go for at the Ultimate Madden Bowl. Enjoy this. Enjoy your win. You continue to make history. Henry is your Ultimate Wild Card champion as we take a look at the final bracket from today's tournament. This has been another wild ride, but it's with the same result at the end. The number 1 overall player, Henry Leverett. He is your champion. He takes home another MCS belt and will go for the 3-peat inside the inside of Madden 23 and will look to become the back-to-back Madden Bowl champion in just 2 weeks' time. It's crazy that we're already there. Let's bring everybody back in one final time for what has been a wild tournament, gentlemen. Let's start with the Orlando crew. Clef, I'll start with you. I know you certainly started the tournament different than all of us playing in this one, but what we've been able to see, what you've been able to be a part of, and looking forward to the Madden Bowl, I think it's just a continual example of how special it is to just be a part of the Madden community.
Yeah, it's really special. And just seeing, you know, how far it's came. And looking at that Madden Bowl prize pool, man, like everybody gets excited that. You seen David T. reaction when he found out he made the Madden Bowl. It's like making the Pro Bowl or the All-Star game for the NBA. It's no better feeling. And just knowing everybody's watching. You know, you got the great hosts we got up here. We got TD, Nick. We got all the great people behind the scenes. We got Bugs and User. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
It's a lot of greatness going on.
That's crazy.
Well,
so I was gonna let you live, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Boogs if you had any advice for Clef going into the Madden Bowl, and then he did that. So, Boogs, you got anything to say to Clef before he heads into his Madden Bowl?
You know, I expect him to, you know, do what he always does: lay down,
fold,
like a lawn chair,
Mm-hmm.
like a lawn chair.
Now, why would I'm gonna take advice from people who ain't been there?
Well,
why am I gonna do that for?
I got plenty of Madden Bowls on my. I remember. He can't say the same.
It was too long ago. You don't remember that, man. You don't even know what you ate last week.
That's the reason why we sitting over here and he over there. All right, so don't put me in the same category as him. This is knowledge. That's jokes.
Boogs.
Knowledge and jokes.
Boogs, what are you talking about? You are washed, okay?
Oh, yeah,
you would have made tag champion. But one thing y'all don't see, even though Clef is up here smiling, acting like everything good, this man is sick to his stomach.
I'm sick.
He's
Yep.
sick.
I'm sick.
Because there was a time you was supposed to be the young phenom, and you let the culture and the community down. And now Henry Leverett, 19 years old, has 5 belts. And you got to sit there and swallow that. Yeah, you going to the Madden Bowl, but do you think you got a chance? No, sir, you don't. You just got to sit here, salute, goggle, and get this. What?
Who the last person who beat Henry?
Huh? Free smoke, free smoke. Are you saying only you can get it done?
It's an elite list, man.
It's an elite
you gotta
list.
have extreme dog in you.
Extreme dog.
Extreme dog. And
Don't let them tears fool you, huh?
Don't let the tears fool you.
All dog
Don't
around.
let the sickness fool you. It's still here. We can't wait for Madden Bowl, man. We can't wait, man.
Hey, man, Nick, it's been phenomenal, man, watching these guys put on. Henry making history. I mean, you can't wait for the Madden Bowl. Like Clef said, it's only a few people that are actually able that can put Henry down. And we're going to see, will it be done or will Henry get number 6?
Yeah, and TD, as we look forward to that Madden Bowl, got LCQ coming up this weekend. Last chance to qualify. Make sure you sign up. The sign-ups close on the 14th. But we have such a strong field and a lot of guys we haven't seen in a while. Noah up next, we haven't seen in a couple tournaments. Wesley, this is one of the strongest Madden Bowl fields we certainly ever had.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I'm excited for that. See who's locked into end of the year, right?
Look at the bracket, first time. Clef, you're facing LCQ too. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I was gonna talk to the people about that. We gotta get this switch, man. I'm the number 3 seed for the second year, and I'm gonna play the best player. I'm gonna play one of the hottest players in the world. I don't like that position. I don't. I would much rather be here sitting at 5. I'd be cool with sitting at 5. I would cool with being number 8 too. I would be cool with being number 6 or 11. You know, I would be.
Yeah,
but
LCQ dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous because you're going to play the hottest player in the world. Noah's not happy about playing LCQ1 either. You know, you play that LCQ winner going on this weekend. Good luck to everybody out there. I'm not looking forward to playing you because I know you're going to be hot. I know you're going to come in. You're going to be playing the most Madden at that time and meaningful Madden games. That means a lot.
Keep an eye, by the way, on the bottom of that bracket. Wesley and D. Croft round 1. Mr. Football and David T round 1. I mean, the Ultimate Madden Bowl, it's coming up, and you guys are not going to want to miss it. January 23rd and 24th, February 1st and 2nd, the final on February 6th on Twitch and on YouTube. Gentlemen, this will be for the first time since January of 2020, we will be handing out a belt in person. I cannot wait, and I hope you guys are excited for the Ultimate Madden Bowl. Now for the moment you all have been waiting for. Henry comes away with a big win, and somebody out there is going to come away with a big win. The dump truck giveaway. We're not only giving away those champions, Isaiah Pacheco, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Champ Bailey, and Steve Young, but let's throw in the 2 LTDs as well. Randall Cobb and Aaron Donald. We revealed those earlier. The winner of this massive dump truck. It might be a dump truck and a bulldozer all in one. Vic922. Congratulations, Vic922. You are taking home the dump truck of all dump trucks to close out the Ultimate Wild Card. Ladies and gentlemen, we wish everybody good luck who's playing in the LCQ. It was a memorable tournament once again. Henry taking home yet another belt. For everybody behind the scenes here at EA, for one great user, Boogs, Clef the God, and Tyler Davis, I am Nick Mazesco. Henry is your wild card champion. We will see you in just about 2 weeks' time for the Ultimate Madden Bowl. Enjoy the LCQ, and we'll see you then. Time to get to our first game of the night. Semi-final action here from the Ultimate Wild Card. Look at the right side. It's picked off by Cole. What a start for the 29-year-old. It is Haynes with the interception. Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that when you're on an upset bid. When you make a mistake against Henry, you pay for it. Dez and Mr. Football. And looks right side and has a man open. Who else? Megatron with the mega score. Up the seam, picked up by Mr. Football. Teddy Hendricks with the clutch play. Let's crown a champion, ladies and gentlemen. That's TD Lamb. That's touchdown for Henry. His lead is extended. In the words of LeBron James, Henry has not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. He is a 5-time Madden belt winner. Bow down to your king. Henry Leverett is your Madden 23 Wild Card champion.
told my boys it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. I'm whipping in track out with messed up suspension. I drove it so fast that I blew out the engine. I kept it too real ever since the beginning. I play offensive D, I might switch my position. Lil' mama was thirsty, so I had to quench. I'ma drive real fast, cause you know I shoot quick. Just like traffic Kelsey, I be having emotions. Just like a lamb, man, you know I'm exploding. My heart cold, bad, I ain't got emotions. I'm going hard, yeah, you know I'm devoted. We running streets, yeah, you know we control it. She love the kids, she be busting it over. I'm quarterbacking like I'm Kyler Murray. Trying to win, I'm up at practice early. Going crazy, I just real the jersey. It's the first half, and we done dropped 30. We just up to scoring them, boy, man. I told my boys it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game.
Money on my mind, head in the game. It's like I scored again, diamonds on them dance. I can hear the music playing with them bands. Crowd going wild, dived in the fans. I'm locking in on a mission, I tell her my vision. You young and she get like me. I got your shorty, she with me. I gave her a jersey, I told her to join my team. It's best you go where it's safe. You know how I play. I get to a sack like Frank. You can teach money to fly. I turn it at hop. I catch it and go to the bank. It's crazy, I'm used to the lights. I'm shining so bright. This visor will cover my face. You see me working and working, I'm getting it done. And soon they be feeding me grapes.
I told my boys it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. They screaming my name when I walk in the building. Yellow diamonds on me like I play for the Steelers. I'm in the field, yup, just like a Steeler. Oh, this your girl, my band had the Steeler. I hop on the beat and I float like a river. I caught a TD, yeah, right across the middle. I'm speaking facts, boy, you telling riddles. Can't hang with the gang, so we had to sit them down. I'm in LA, riding around and around. My dog just called safe in a touchdown. When I call a play, you won't hear a sound. Hold up, money caller right now. I gotta go and get it, and it don't matter how. All I know is, man, yeah, I'm 10 toes down. I keep my head high and my eyes on the prize. Yeah, my feet on the ground. Let's go. Let's go. I told my boys it ain't no limits. No. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. Turned up, turned down right now. Too dope, make better get around right now. Too turned up, turned down right now. Too dope, make better get around right now. I told my boys it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. I'm whipping in track out with messed up suspension. I drove it so fast that I blew out the engine. I kept it too real ever since the beginning. I play offensive D, I might switch my position. Lil' mama was thirsty, so I had to quench. I'ma drive real fast, cause you know I shoot quick. Just like traffic Kelsey, I be having emotions. Just like a lamb, man, you know I'm exploding. My heart cold, bad, I ain't got emotions. I'm going hard, yeah, you know I'm devoted. We running streets, yeah, you know we control it. She love the kids, she be busting it over. I'm quarterbacking like I'm Kyler Murray. Trying to win, I'm up at practice early. Going crazy, I just real the jersey. It's the first half, and we done dropped 30. We just up to scoring them, boy, man. I told my boys it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game.
Money on my mind, head in the game. It's like I scored again, diamonds on them dance. I can hear the music playing with them bands. Crowd going wild, dived in the fans. I'm locking in on a mission, I tell her my vision. You young and she get like me. I got your shorty, she with me. I gave her a jersey, I told her to join my team. It's best you go where it's safe. You know how I play. I get to a sack like Frank. You can teach money to fly. I turn it at hop. I catch it and go to the bank. It's crazy, I'm used to the lights. I'm shining so bright. This visor will cover my face. You see me working and working, I'm getting it done. And soon they be feeding me grapes. Let's go.
I told my boys it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. They screaming my name when I walk in the building. Yellow diamonds on me like I play for the Steelers. I'm in the field, yup, just like a Steeler. Oh, this your girl, my band had the Steeler. I hop on the beat and I float like a river. I caught a TD, yeah, right across the middle. I'm speaking facts, boy, you telling riddles. Can't hang with the gang, so we had to sit them down. I'm in LA, riding around and around. My dog just called safe in a touchdown. When I call a play, you won't hear a sound. Hold up, money caller right now. I gotta go and get it, and it don't matter how. All I know is, man, yeah, I'm 10 toes down. I keep my head high and my eyes on the prize. Yeah, my feet on the ground. Let's go. Let's go. I told my boys, it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. Two turned up, turned down right now. Two dope make better get around right now. Hey, I'm two turned up, turned down right now. Two dope make better get around right now. I told my boys, it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game.
I'm whipping in track out with messed up suspension. I drove it so fast that I blew out the engine. I kept it too real ever since the beginning. I play offensive D, I might switch my position. Lil' mama was thirsty, so I had to quench. I'ma drive real fast, cause you know I shoot quick. Just like traffic Kelsey, I be having emotions. Just like a lamb, I ain't know I'm exploding. My heart cold, bad, I ain't got emotions. I'm going hard, yeah, you know I'm devoted. We running streets, yeah, you know we control it. She love the kids, she be busting it over. I'm quarterbacking like I'm Kyler Murray. Trying to win, I'm up at practice early. Going crazy, I just real the jersey. It's the first half, and we done dropped 30. We just up to scoring them, boy, man.
I told my boys, it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game.
Money on my mind, head in the game. It's like I scored again, diamonds on them dance. I can hear the music playing with the bands. Crowd going wild, dived in the fans. I'm locking in on a mission, I'm turning my vision. You young, she get like me. I got your shorty, she with me. I gave her a jersey, I told her to join my team. It's best you go where it's safe, you know how I play.